Every time I'm more shy, when you ease at a cry, baby, don't you waste my time. I see my what's up, my prayers. I'm gonna make you do that. Say you get the power. City passing, I'm a lucky too. She
just finish off Professor Adam.
Our official time is 9 a.m. It's 11 a.m. 11 a.m. Please come up. It's a one-day program, and we don't want to waste any much of the time. We understand that animal scientists are here, all our professors are here. So everybody, please, we are expecting the state chairman, Dr. Odukoya, to come and start the program for us. Dr. Odukoya, please come around. Professor Ogun, thank you all the way from Ibadan, Nigeria. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Professor Odusi, please thank you. We appreciate you. Dr. Odukoya, please come up. Come up. We want to start the program. No, come on. Some pharmaceutical, our Lagos.
Very soon we'll be starting the program. I would like to seize this opportunity to recognize and appreciate our motivated element to the good program we are having. And I'm limited. Sam Pharmaceutical for coming, and thank you for your products that you are presenting to us to recognize and appreciate Advafit. You are welcome on board. We appreciate you. We can see your stand already. We really appreciate you. Provider, you are most welcome. We really appreciate you too. Provider, we appreciate all that you do with respect to once again, we'd like to recognize, and we all that are present here, we are making history in Ogun State Eastern. Please, let's put our hands together for ourselves. Please, let's appreciate ourselves. Right now, we are about to start the program as I will welcome the DOT chairman, no other person than Professor. Declare the office, Eastern office open. Official opening of the Eastern House of the state. Please let's appreciate Baba as he steps forward. We should also look far by giving him a standing ovation. Please let's appreciate him. Let's sustain the applause.
to invite our zonal coordinator, please come forward. The state chairman, all past state chairpersons,
All past.
and yourself to step forward, executive. I stand on the tall shoulders of our forebears, people like Professor Adu and so on, who are the founding fathers of this association, all past chairmen of the state Assam, the zonal coordinator Southwest, the all former and current presidents of Assam. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I want to start by thanking Almighty God that this day has come to pass. And I compliment the executive and the NOC for the sterling performance we have seen so far, especially in getting to the situation where we now have a permanent secretariat. The significance of this is going to become clear with time, because it means for the first time we have a fixed address, a known address. People can no longer say they don't know where to find us. And now we have a repository of records, and all our activities will be focused on this site, whether it's training or working out on partnerships or conferences and so on. So it's a milestone. And once again, I want to compliment the current executive for this. I believe I have the goodwill and the permission of the present national executive and the DOT. We congratulate you. And I cannot do this alone. I will invite any former president present here. Just place your hand on my own. Any zonal and all present and past chairpersons and their secretaries. All the others, please join us in spirit as we declare this official Assam Ogun chapter office open to the glory of God and the benefit of mankind. Thank you.
I'd like to lead the way while others. As you are rounding up your
Thank you, Dr. Sanda, for that beautiful bringing of the guests to the high table. We want to recognize our Savior. We want to recognize our God. We want to recognize our Creator before we recognize our country, Nigeria. Please, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to bring to the podium Alaji Shitu Babatunde Omisoya to come and lead us in the
opportunity of today. We thank him for preserving our life to see the 3rd anniversary of Hassan. We thank him for bringing us here from our various places as we are here to commence the program, to give everything to His care, to Almighty Allah, to please guide us, protect us, guide our thoughts, and let us end well. At the end of the day, because I have to thank him, I'm a partner of team of Idomi Sanata. I feel like I'm at the Sanata in my son, like not Subhanahu Bika, I believe that I'm on Yasifu, Wassalamu alaikum. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alaji Shitu Babatunde Omisoya, for that short prayer. Dr. Sanda, please come around.
Right now, we would like to give honor to our elders in the association. We'd like to respectfully invite no other person than our Baba, the BOT chairman, Professor O.A. Oshinawa. Please, let's appreciate him as he steps up to the high table. Thank you, Baba, for always being with us. We really appreciate you. Ọlọ́run á fún yín lẹ́nu gígùn o. Association yìí ò ní rẹ́yìn o lójú yín. Agbára Ọlọ́run iwájú ní Esan, Ogun State, and Esan National. A máa lọ lágbára Ọlọ́run. Please, let's appreciate him once again. Also, we want to recognize the presence of the national chairman, Dr. Raymond Isiandiso. He is ably represented by Professor A.A. Odusi. Please step up to the high table. Please, let's appreciate him. He has always been with us. He also doubles as the Southwest Zonal Coordinator of Esan, and he played a significant role in Esan, Ogun State. We all can recognize that and appreciate him. Please, let's continue to appreciate him. Let's sustain the applause. God bless you, sir, for all that you do for us. We really appreciate you. Also, I would like to invite our host, the chief host of this gathering, and he is the present Esan chairman, and he's the one calling on every one of us to be here today. He is no other person than Dr. A.A. Odukoya. Please, let's appreciate him. Also, we would like to recognize and appreciate the presence of our keynote speaker for today. We thank God for bringing you here to us safely, and we really appreciate you. Let's appreciate him as he steps on to the high table. He is the former national president of Esan. He has contributed immensely to Esan National in general. Thank you, sir, for all that you are doing. Thank you for your contribution and efforts towards upholding Esan, both at the national and at state levels. Thank you so much. Right now, we'd like to also recognize our panelists. In no particular order, I would like to recognize Mr. Folusho Alabi. Unfortunately, he's not here yet. Also, we'd like to recognize Professor Olubenga Ogunwole. Please come to the high table. Thank you so much for coming.
Professor Ogunwole is one time the National General Secretary of the Esan, and by virtue is a lecturer at University of Ibadan, the great University of Ibadan. You are welcome, sir, Professor Ogunwole.
Premier University. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. And also on that list of the panelists is Mrs. Mopelola Omotosho. Please kindly step up to the high table. Please step up to the high table. The high table as an elder and also as a past ASAN chairperson of this Ogun State branch is no other person than Dr. F.A.O. Akinusi. I prefer to call her Mama Akinusi. Ever wa call you Mama? Mama o, Mama o, Mama o. Olúwa dá màmá sí fún wa. Mama o, Mama o, Mama o. Olúwa dá màmá sí fún wa.
Ọlọ́run ṣe ti dá màmá sí fún wa. There is no program that we held in this ASAN that Mama will not attend. Mama, you are welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. As we take her seat, please let's appreciate her once again as she takes her seat. Also, for now, I would like to invite to the high table our Baba, Pastor Tunde Adebiyi. Please let's appreciate him as he step up to the high table.
If you don't recognize Pastor Tunde Adebiyi, I will recognize him by myself, because Pastor Tunde Adebiyi has been our representative in the government. Baba o, Olúwa dá bàbá sí fún wa. Thank you very much. We, in spite of all the things that is happening in the country, the good economy, I will say, my BOT, my prof, sir, the good economy. Well, in spite of everything that's in the country, Nigeria, we want to represent it. There's no place that we want to go. We can't japa, we make it together here in Nigeria. By that, we want to have everybody on stand as we recognize our country, Nigeria, with the national anthem. The national anthem, sir. Please check the inside the program. Nigeria will held thee. And I will take a lead. 1, 2, go. Nigeria will held thee. Nigeria we held thee, our own dear native land. Though tribe don't make thee far, in brotherhood we stand. Nigeria are proud to serve and sovereign motherland. Chapter 3. O God of creation, help us to be the nation where no man is oppressed, and so with peace and plenty, Nigeria shall be blessed. And we want to recognize our state, Ogun State, by saying Isheya. Yeah. Isheya, Isheya, Omo Ogun, Isheya, Olódùmarè, Ishe Maya o, Isheya, Omo Ogun, Ẹ̀ṣẹ̀gìrì, iṣẹ́ pọ̀ fún wa láti ṣe. Ọmọ rere kì í ṣaṣẹ́, ọmọ ogun kì í ṣọ̀lẹ. Ẹgbẹ̀rẹ̀ gbẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run bẹ fún wa, ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ rà mọ́ṣẹ́ o. Iṣẹ́ yá ọmọ ogun, Thank you very much. Professor Ogunwale, thank you. Sit down. Professor Ogunwale is the man of the match. He took the lead, he took the leg with the national anthem. Professor Ogunwale, thank you very much. And Ogun State, iṣẹ́ ti yá nìyẹn, àti bẹ̀rẹ̀ nìyẹn. at in the secretariat wa Ishetiya, we want to let's give 3 Gbosa to the present administration of Esan in Ogun State. Then that's 1, 2, 3 we go. Gbosa, Gbosa, Gbosa. Mr. Sanda, Dr. Sanda, please come today.
Thank you so very much for the national anthem and the Ogun State anthem. We really appreciate you. Right now, we are still on page 2 of our program. Please, let's open to page 2 on our program. And we are moving straight to serial number 5. The serial number 5 on the program. And that's the keynote address, which will be rendered by Pastor Dr. Taiwo Adeoye. Please, let's appreciate him.
Yeah. Good morning. Great Esan. There's a correction on the program. Professor in the making is trying to get himself ready, but we want to welcome everybody. We want to invite the chief host, Dr. Odukoya, to come and address the Esan and all our guests.
Great animal scientists. That's not loud enough. With this kind of occasion, I expect this to be louder. You know I'm a pastor. So let me do it in the church way. Great animal scientists. That is good. I'm happy to read this address to us today as we celebrate this new chapter today. Welcome speech by the chairman of Animal Science Association of Nigeria, Ogun State Chapter. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and fellow members of the Animal Science Association of Nigeria, Ogun State Chapter. I'm honored to welcome you all to this gathering. First and foremost, I would like to express my gratitude to God and to every one of us for your support and cooperation throughout the year. Your dedication to the growth and development of our association is truly appreciated. As we gather here today, I am delighted to report on some of the notable achievements of our chapter. Firstly, we have successfully secured a permanent secretariat for our association, and that's one of the major things that we are celebrating today, providing us with a conducive environment for our meetings and activities to further enhance our operation and communication. We have commenced online registration of our members, which will enable us to build a comprehensive database of membership. We started that about 3 months ago, and so far we've had a little above 100 people that have registered online, and the registration is still ongoing. So other people that have not registered can still go ahead and do so. This will facilitate better communication, planning, and decision making within our association. Furthermore, we have made significant progress in our effort to upgrade the entry point of animal science scientists working in the ministry, that is livestock sector in Ogun State. I am pleased to inform you that we have received positive feedback from the relevant authority, and we are hopeful that this issue will be resolved very, very soon. Just last month, we were with the head of service also to discuss with him on how to improve the entry point of our members in the ministry. And work is ongoing on this. We believe once it's approved, our member will not be entering the ministry at level 8, but rather at level 10. Though we are bargaining for 12, but let's start with 10, then we'll move up and ask for more until we get to 12. In addition, we have taken steps to facilitate the participation of our student members in graduate animal scientists, that's GAS, examination and induction ceremony. This is part of our commitment to support the professional development of our young members. This is very, very important to us because we realize that some of our youth are fast losing interest in practicing. And if we want them to practice, we want them to be happy with this profession, we have to start it with them right on campus. So they've been doing it before, but they are not doing it again. So we want to quickly make sure that they are doing it, they are writing the exam, and they are being inducted on campus to encourage them to go into the business. Our chapter has also been engaging in courtesy visit to key stakeholders in the state, including the Commissioner and Permanent Secretary for Agri, the Federal University of Agriculture, Olabisi Onabanjo University, who are there, also to our amiable POT chairman, and Professor Ikeobi and Dr. Mrs. Akinusi. These visits have helped to strengthen our relationship with these stakeholders and promote the interest of our association. Looking ahead to next year, we have an exciting agenda planned. Our objectives are to establish a strong online representation by building a website for our association. This will enable us to showcase our activities, share our expertise, and connect with animal scientists, professionals globally, putting ourselves on the international map. We also intend to work closely with our university members to engage the authority in reintroducing the enhanced package for our members. We believe that this will help to improve the welfare and productivity of our members, and we are committed to advocating for their interest. Also, we plan to launch a series of training programs for our members, focusing on topics such as animal nutrition, breeding, and health. We will also inaugurate our headers forum next year. Those people that have been working for us day and night, and they are getting to a very respectable ages. So definitely we need to recognize them and bring them in. We need their advice. We need the elderly advice. So we intend to form an elders forum next year, which will provide a platform for our experienced members to share their knowledge and expertise with the rest of us. Furthermore, we are working towards the procurement of a bus for our association. We believe God that we can do it. Even before December next year, we can get our own bus, which will facilitate our movement and activities. Finally, we are establishing the livestock farm and livery, which will serve as a demonstration and training center for our members. In conclusion, we would like to thank you all once again for your support and cooperation. Let us continue to work together to promote the interest of our association and development of animal science in Ogun State. Thank you. Long live ISAN, Ogun State chapter. Long live Nigeria. Thank you.
Let's sustain the applause. Let's applaud.
Thank you. Let us appreciate Adekoyega Ajibola Odukoya for that welcome speech. We want to bring the Dr. Taiwo Adeoye, Dr. Pastor Adeoye. We did not only look at the industry, we did not look at the profession before bringing Dr. Pastor Taiwo Adeoye. We understand that we can look at the guests from Abeokuta, but going to Lagos, we look at we searched round, and we brought Dr. Taiwo Adeoye. Dr. Taiwo Adeoye is is the MD of Roaster Resources Limited. A big round of applause for that. He's into practice and is a one-time the president of Animal Science Association of Nigeria. We did not brought in Dr. Taiwo Adeoye, but we counted his presentation. Thank you.
First, I would like to recognize the presence of the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the owner of this day. Without him, we cannot be here. We appreciate his grace upon each and every one of us. And before I continue, I would like to let you know that I'm not a doctor. I'm trying to be a native doctor very soon anyway, by combining herbs and all that. But I think it's high time now I submit myself to my friend and brother who has admonished me to come in for PhD. That is Professor Ogun. But I know I will be a very difficult student to him, so I'm still thinking and praying. Having said that, please permit me to recognize our father in the house, the father of the profession, who has always had the interest of the profession, and not just the profession, the younger ones like us. He was my teacher in my first degree. I must tell you here that I chose to do my master in reproductive physiology because of him. He is one teacher, and I think he's still a teacher till today, though he has retired, that love his students. I want them to be great. He's also the chairman of BOT. He has put so much effort into this noble profession, and many of us are beneficiaries today. I recognize Professor O.A. Oshinowo. We want to thank you sincerely for your contributions to our lives and to this profession. God bless you. Having said that, let me recognize the chairman of the state and all the executives. You are doing wonderful job here. And let me say I'm so proud to be one of you, even this day again. The chairman happens to be a father of one of my students, who also is an animal scientist today. I taught him briefly at Bowell. With this, I want to encourage our academics that they should encourage those of us in industry to join them, to collaborate. There are a whole lot of things that we can do together. So, my people, Daddy has retired, Professor Dosi, who is representing our able president, loving president. He loved this profession so much that he would not mind to spend all his resources to ensure that we attain greater height. And that is Mr. Raymond Isidiaso, ably represented by Professor Odosi. And Professor Odosi himself is the zonal coordinator of the Southwest. God bless you, sir. I want to thank him also using this opportunity. When I was the president, he was the editor-in-chief, and we recorded so much achievement during that time. So many things happened to our journals. I have my sister, former chairman. Mommy, God bless you. When I see her, I always see, in fact, we should start the women arm of ASA. She loved this professor so much. And Dr. Adebi, we appreciate your contribution, even in the ministry here, that has given us peace in Ogun State. Finally, but not the least, my friend, my brother, for my immediate past General Secretary of our noble professional association, Professor Benga Ogun. Please help me shake somebody by your side that I recognize you too on behalf of the. You are so important. Now, quickly, the topic before me is harnessing the power of animal protein for national nutritional well-being and sustainable food system. Let's have an icebreaker. If you are a sales person, you understand what I mean by icebreaker. That is what precedes sales talk. What do you think is the most consumed animal protein in Nigeria? Chicken, fish, goat meat, beef, pork, egg. That is the one that is answering. Huh? It is fish. Protein sources in Nigeria. I thought this thing will be projected, so I'm straining my eyes. Okay. Global contents of animal protein consumption. Over 1 billion people globally rely on livestock for food and income. This includes not just urban families, but also rural communities that depend on animal farming for livelihood. As a growing up boy, when I was younger, I'm still young, everybody in my place, you either have your chicken or goat that is named after you. Those of us who have that experience, let me see your hand. Yeah. In Nigeria, the demand for animal protein is growing, but I must say that, okay, but many people are still unable to access it consistently due to affordability. We have not heard of egg lot now in poultry, where I belong. That's my constituency. Not because people are consuming egg, it's because the number of eggs are not much. Many farms have closed down, so they feel its storage and market accessibility. South America has highest consumption of animal protein per capita. USA 98.8, listed to this. UK 61 kg per year. Canada 50 kg per year. Australia 46 kg, 46.5 kg per year. That is per capita consumption of animal protein. Africa 19. Nigeria, I pause because I'm not too proud to say it, 8.5. Balancing animal protein consumption and environmental concern is one, because we are looking at the food system really as well. Don't let us just be concerned with ourselves alone. We need to be concerned with our environmental concern. To maintain a sustainable food system, it is crucial to balance the consumption of animal protein with environmental considerations. Alternative protein sources. Exploring plant-based protein and lab-grown meat as supplements can diversify protein source and reduce reliance on traditional livestock. But lab-grown, I just want to be a bit scientist global, is not as a course of being general in my presentation. Please take note of that. Policy and regulations. Implementing policies that support sustainable farming practices and responsible consumption can help create a balance between nutrition and environmental sustainability. Moderate, please go back. Moderate consumption. And encouraging moderate consumption of animal products can help reduce the environmental impact without compromising nutritional benefits. Thank God we have our daddy again in the house. He's still active in large animal production, cattle. And I told you I'm involved in poultry. I'm already getting to a point now, I think they're already on our farm. What we make on liters alone now in a year is huge. We are using high-rise system, and then the malas are already around. As a matter of fact, they station their people on our farm. So I don't pay people to remove droppings again. They are there permanently, and we give them that privilege to be the first to buy. So, and what are they using it for? Many of us are promoting organic product now. So that is better than, the manure is better than the artificial one, inorganic one. Protein consumption in Nigeria, again, on average, Nigeria consumes 8.5, 9.7 to 9.7 kg of meat per person per year, much lower than the global average of 34.1 kg. Fish is the most common source of protein in Nigeria holds. In fact, Professor Snow elaborated that before I mentioned it the other time, especially in the coastal areas. Many households are still unable to afford it regularly. Let me stop here to tell you my story. I stopped taking when I was growing up. That was the common that my mother will give to me. And but now, because of the, but is now one of the most expensive fish in Nigeria today. But then it's for average or poor people. So I'm taking my portion at my allocation. Real life challenge. Many Nigerian families rely on cheaper protein alternatives like beans or no protein at all. In fact, it's getting worse. So, that is what a lot of people are doing now. But it's not helping us and it's not helping our children, especially in their education or brain development. But this puts them at risk of nutrient deficiency that can only be provided by the full range of amino acids that animal protein offers. I always call an egg, an egg is alive. Inside an egg is all the nutrients that you need in their small components. So I call it life. And egg, you have egg, you produce egg, female produce egg. There is life in egg. So let's encourage people to take egg. What animal protein? Animal protein are complete proteins, meaning they contain all the essential amino acids that the human body cannot produce on its own. These amino acids are crucial for muscle development, for building and repairing muscles, which is vital for overall strength and health. Immune function, for the production of antibodies and immune cells that protect against infections. Some of us are still standing agile, healthy. There was a book I was trying to put together, Health Through Nutrition. Pray for me that I'm able to write it properly. Health Through Nutrition. You don't need to go to doctors if you are eating healthy. And this has also tell our colleagues, our sister profession. On my farm, I don't have veterinarians. If I'm able to take care of my birds with good nutrition and good management, I will hardly need you. So the same thing with women. Oh, how many of us have been to hospital every week? You go to hospital every week. So the same thing. Your animals don't need to be on drug. I'm not a drug producer. Drug encouraging farmer. Enzymes and hormone production. For producing enzymes and hormones that regulate bodily functions. Nutrient density. Animal protein has a higher nutrient density compared to plant-based protein. I just told you about egg. That's a better nutrient density. The role of animal protein beyond nutrition. Protein is the building block of life. From repairing muscles to boosting our immune, I've mentioned that. If you let's look at this example. In the northern Nigerian community, today, because of the homegrown school feeding program, what has happened? A lot of puppies have been encouraged to attend school. We have the statistics now. Then fun fact. Animal protein is a natural source of vitamin B12, which is hard to find in plant-based foods. I have one of my colleagues, we now work together, Dr. Mrs. Kayode Odeni in the house. We have a common friend who has a B12 deficiency syndrome, and it was like she has HIV. But egg was used to solve that problem. I'm looking at a situation where we can encourage her to speak to media. A doctor recommended that she should take about 5 eggs a day, and that was what solved the problem. For marketing sake, I think those of us who are in poultry, we need to do more about marketing. Getting doctors to support us, getting this kind of example that I've just given for the public to be aware that we have so much benefit taking animal protein, especially eggs that I just mentioned now. How do we harness the power of animal protein? Support small-scale farmers, always supporter of palliative pressure, because it doesn't work. You can get grant fund. I would like that government buy our products at subsidized level, at price. That's what is being done in developed clients. Rather than distributing palliative of maize, which farmers, I use about 10 tons of layers mash a day. And that means I will require nothing less than about 5 tons of maize a day. And government is saying that they will give me maybe 1 ton maximum. How much can that go with me? Or for what? So I'm not really in support of those palliatives that will not really amount to anything. I have my chairman, please permit me to recognize him. My own chairman, Lagos State chairman. Please forgive me, sir. He's also in the house with the executive of Lagos State. I love this collaboration with Ogun State. Lagos State, Asa, please rise up. God bless you. Thank you. You can see the good thing that we're having together. Well, there was a time we were discussing with the chairman of Lagos State. They gave fertilizer as palliative, but no fertilizer were found in Sabo market for sale. Don't let me talk on those ones now. How do we harness the power of animal protein? Raise awareness of nutrition. Imagine a campaign where children learn about protein in their local language through fun cartoons, and were called together by Nigerian Academy of Science, all scientists, and the medical professors were there, very old and young ones among them. And I stood up. I represented animal science then as the president. I said, you are the people, you said we should collaborate, but you are discouraging people from eating eggs. When you ask someone, say, doctor say, but you know they denied it. And that had me an interview by NTA, which was on the online for almost 3 months at that time. They said, who are the doctors saying so? But all of us today say, a doctor said, which doctor? We realize that not directly by any doctor telling you not to eat eggs, but because Professor Ogun has said it, that doctor said, another person will say, doctor said, egg is not good for you. Nobody will blow our trumpet. It's we that must be busy blowing our own trumpet. We need to go out and do the marketing rather than demarketing our products. Example, the local poultry initiative help families become more self-sufficient in egg production. Sorry, I'm using more poultry because that's my constituency. Pardon me. Okay. Improving not just their nutrition but also their livelihoods. Also, backyard goats and sheep rearing serve as extra and main source of sustainable income. How do we exploit opportunities for sustainable food system? The opportunity to make a difference. Renewable energy. Imagine if every farm in Nigeria was powered by solar energy, reducing cost and environmental impact. But the cost. Now we have the gas coming from our droppings. That has been demonstrated. That has been demonstrated. You can take advantage of that. And I know of Germany and other European countries. When you generate excess energy, you can send to the national grid. And you'll still be making money from that. Waste recycling. Farmer could turn animal waste into biogas that I just mentioned. Not only providing clean energy, but also reducing emissions. Local breed for resilience. By encouraging the use of resilient local breeds, Nigerian farmers can ensure consistent production even in the face of climate change. This, I'm not too encouraged to talk more about it. Today we have Unam Alpha. We have Chika Brown. Where are they? On which farms do we have them? Because we are not doing the marketing. I'm challenging our colleagues, animal scientists. We need to take up this. I asked them some time ago, just give me 500 or 1,000, and then I will be able to speak about it and let people know that this one are also performing just like the imported exotic goods. We have only today more than 80% of the breeds of layers in Nigeria is Isa Brown, followed by Luma Brown. And we are told this one can also perform. I'm still going back to the academics. They can start the vacancy with millions of dollars or naira and let the company that will take it over then market it. I think I'm making sense. We need to look at that. In Nigeria today, some farms have adopted some of these practices and cut their greenhouse gas emission by 30%. The farm is now a model for others in their region. Interactive pool. Sustainability practices. What do you think is the most impactful practice to ensure sustainable food system? Options. Renewable energy use, efficient water management, waste to energy projects, reduce post-production waste. Let's take a moment to think about the options. Which one will have the most lasting impact on our communities? Food storage and processing. Next slide, please. Cold storage prevents spoilage and allows us to store protein for longer periods, which is crucial in areas with inconsistent supply. Let us just think about it. Rather than moving those cattle from long distance to come and lay their lives in Lagos, why can't they be processed where they are being produced and shipped? But we are still struggling with power. I know recently some farmers lost so much in broiler production. Last year, 2023, during the cashless and Naira redesign challenge problem, we had more than 20,000 crates that we were not able to sell. And that was more than 40 something million, even at the rate we were selling them. At the rate we were selling them. Now a crate is about 4,000 each. I remember I called my chairman in Lagos. We reach out to everyone that we could. Some will even tell you don't know about marketing. But that has discouraged so many people. Today I can authoritatively tell you that we have less than 50% of what we used to have as capacity in poultry in Nigeria. Some have closed down and many have reduced their capacity. As it ought to be, there should be installation of cold storage units, allow poultry, goat, sheep and cattle farmers to increase their market reach and reduce waste. With that, they will have better access to storage and preservation facilities. Processing. Turning raw material like milk into cheese or yogurt can significant value and extend shelf life. Let me come to tell you again. I was in New York coming back to Nigeria one day. I checked into lounge. So I wanted to buy chocolate, as many people will ask you when you come to chocolate. So I asked the receptionist in the lounge, please, where is the nearest shop for me to buy chocolate? The guy abused me and I felt ashamed. He said, you are bringing cocoa, you are taking cocoa to Switzerland and then you buy chocolate to Nigeria. Everybody knows that when you add value to whatever you are producing, it's better for you. I want to boost your mind again. During COVID 2020, a friend of mine, they have very big poultry in Oyo State, spent a lot of money, millions, to do research on egg powders. It was discovered that $565 million of egg powders were imported into Nigeria half year. Major source, India. Do you know that the eggs we are producing in Nigeria, if we are to turn it to the powder they are importing here, we don't have enough. I'm just talking about added value. As long as we are not going to be adding value, we might remain here. Take away on this. We need to focus on local solutions like cold storage, processing, basic processing, and adding value to improve food availability in Nigeria, not only in rural areas. Value additions to animal protein. I've talked about that. Meat processing, egg processing, smoking, drying. Before now, my wife went into fish production long time ago. It was a big problem. Those of you who are into fish production, you discover that those people that want to buy fish, when they come to you, you would have taken it out of the water and they will be telling you ridiculous prices. You can't return. Before we start smoking. So at that time, my wife thought I was not encouraging her, blah, blah, blah. So I put little money there. But I chopped my fish inside a way to and everything. Because for free. Because there were challenges in disposing them then. But better now, we can smoke, we can drive, and all that. Egg, it turned into powder. I think people are looking at that as well. Alternative ingredient in animal production, protein production. Insect proteins, which is black flies and all that is coming up. Plant-based. Because major challenge that we have today is the material, the cost of material. You know, prices of feed is also going up again now. Maize, wheat came down to about 500, is now about 600 plus. So at this time, what will happen by the time we get to February, April? You can only imagine. That's what is happening. And now, the price of oat layers, that is my constituency, please allow me, that's what I'm talking about, has come down because a lot of farmers want to dispose. They cannot cope again. So there is more, we have more of chicken in the market than the demand is lower than the supply. So the price has dropped. It has moved to 6,500 before. At the time it came to 5,500. So, plant-based protein, soya and peels are increasingly being used to supplement animal feed. We all know it used to be GNC when we came into the industry about 35 years ago. Only GNC, now we are moving to it. And there are other things. I want to thank my friend again. He's been a whole lot of work on some ingredients, though more of vitamins and minerals, things and all that. That's his area. Seaweed, an emerging source of protein rich in amino acid, often overlooked by promising. Sorry. We can also use it as a natural yolk colorant. You know, yolk colorant is expensive, synthetic. I used to be a previous manager with the premium, the first feed manufacturer in Nigeria, Pfizer Livestock Feeds. And I was previous manager. The cost of yolk colorant alone could be close to almost 30 to 40% of your cost of food. But we can also get some of these things locally, though it will be bulky, but it will reduce and then help our foreign earnings. Knowledge acquisition and transfer. Key knowledge transfer model. Training. Imagine a world where farmers in remote Nigerian villages are equipped with the latest knowledge on livestock management via mobile applications and community training programs. I'm involved in US Soil Excellence Center training. I'm a subject matter expert in Nigeria. I have my other colleagues here, Professor Ogun. Where training of poultry production, feed milling and aquaculture is done. And this is being sponsored by the US soil producers, soil exports. They want to penetrate Nigeria, that is just I tell you. Roster Practical Training Center, that is our own. I think they permit me to advertise that, where we train people on poultry production, on practical poultry production. We have RPC, Real People Concept, and we have our daddy here. How many of you know that Professor Osinowo trained people on cattle production with practical knowledge? So we need that. Essential services. Farmers in rural communities need access to research-based knowledge to improve their practices and outputs. As a growing up child of a farmer, my father was a successful farmer, local. We used to have these extension agents coming to our place. As a matter of fact, when we started using fertilizers, they touched us so that you don't get it closer to the stand, so that it will not dry up. They will tell you this on the two parts. How many of us have that experience like me? And it got to a time they were using it for yam. They were not just doing it, they were giving incentives like cutlass, free of charge. You give them cutlass and all that. We need to go back to that and encourage people to be more productive in their farming enterprise. Institute, industry collaboration. This can foster innovations and bring research directly to the field. Call to action. I'm always standing up. Harnessing the power of animal protein is essential for national nutritional well-being. By adopting sustainable practices and balancing consumption with environmental concerns, we can create a food system that supports health, growth, and sustainable future. Policymakers, farmers, and consumers all have a role to play in achieving this balance, ensuring that the benefit of animal protein can be enjoyed by current and future generations. Animal protein is not only vital for health and development, but also can be produced sustainably to support a thriving, balanced ecosystem. By working together, we can harness the power of animal protein to enhance national nutritional well-being and build a sustainable food system. Conclusion. Key takeaways. Animal protein is essential for improving the health of our nation. And a healthy nation will be able to produce more. For our GDP, we need healthy nation. 2. Sustainable practices ensure long-term food security and environmental health. 3. Collaboration among farmers, communities, institutions, and the government is crucial. Call to action finally. Let's take the knowledge from today's presentation and apply it to our farms, schools, our homes. Let's advocate for policies that support sustainable animal agriculture. Thank you.
Please let's sustain the applause. Let's sustain the applause. No doubt he has done justice to the topic. Please let's appreciate him further. We really appreciate what you have done. The topic, harnessing the power of animal protein for national nutritional well-being and sustainable food system, has just been delivered by Pastor Taiwo Adeoye, and no doubt you agree with me that he has done justice to it. Just a quick reminder or little emphasis on some of the things he said. You will agree that he said so many things, and I would like to assure us that we will have his document go round after this Esan week for every one of us to study in-depthly. But before then, he laid emphasis on exploring opportunity for sustainable food system through energy that we can get from biogas, from waste recycling. This is something that really makes sense that we should go into. Also, he talked about continuity of local breeds for resilience, and he made mention of our local breeds, the Funabafa and the likes, that's been developed by our scientists here locally. And the question, why are we not seeing them in the market? It calls for worry. We should try and harness our energy towards using them and marketing them like our commercial birds too. Also, he talked about interactive pool for sustainable practices. Under this, he mentioned we should reduce post-production waste, and you would also know that a lot of our produce go down the drain through waste because of lack of preservation. Also, he made mention of the importance of food storage and processing. Under here, he identified power as a major constraint limiting food storage and processing. Also, he went further to talk about importance of value addition to our animal protein. Yes, value addition is something very key. He made mention of the issue of gluts that we have almost every year, which could be eradicated through processing of eggs to egg powder, and also our fish by drying them and packaging them very well to last longer for edibility and consumption. He also talked about the importance of knowledge acquisition and knowledge transfer. And right here he talked about trainings, extension services, and workshop. And he made mention, he recognized Baba's effort, Baba of War, how he has been training people in cattle production. We too can also key into this. He talked about call to action, and he encouraged us to create a food system that supports health, growth, and a sustainable future. And in concluding, he said animal protein is essential for improving the health of our nation. Please kindly put your hands together for him once again. And I'm assuring you that we will have this detailed document, right? Please join me in recognizing and appreciating the Director of Livestock Services, who is ably represented by his deputy, Mr. Omoniyi OI. Please come to the high table. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Thank you, sir. Right now, I know that while our keynote speaker was giving his address and the lecture, we followed through. And I know that we have questions. We will. All right, before we take that, ably represented by Professor Odusi to give his goodwill message to us first. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Great animal scientist. Great animal scientist. Yeah, that's better. I'm here on behalf of the National President, Mr. Raymond Sidianso, who would have loved, to be present. He extends his greetings. But before I, go on that route, let me greet our Baba DOT, the chairman of the DOT, Baba Professor O.A. Oshinowo. He has been so consistent in the matter of animal science, in the matter of ASA, and is always around. Let us appreciate him once more. Then the immediate past president of ASA, Pastor Mr. Dr. Taiwo Adeoye. He graciously declined to be called a doctor, for I know he's an honorary doctor. And from what we saw or learned or heard, from his lecture today, you agree with me that only somebody with a sound mind and a sound brain who is and is almost a doctor that can do such. He's a practicing animal scientist and farmer, a very good friend and brother. Thank you once more for your effort. Well, I want to encourage you, to go the route of getting that PhD. If Ogun will be too tough for you, we can accommodate you in Ogun. It's not far from small London anyway. Our host here, the Ogun State Chairman, Asan Chapter, Ogun State Chapter, we also greet you. It's a good thing to be in Ogun State. It's a good thing to listen to what we are coming here to do. And the President is happy with you. I remember 6 months ago, he sent me to come and, settle issues. And today, we are forging ahead. That is what unity can do. That is what cooperation can achieve. That is what one set of purpose, can achieve. So we want you to move on, continue this spirit. I love the ESCO for going around the stakeholders. They've gone to Agoiwoye, they've gone to Ayeto Radin, they've gone to Funab, they've seen a lot of senior colleagues. So we should continue in that spirit. And that is why we are having these cocktails you are having today. Let me say that in livestock industry today, we are very lucky. A lot of good things are happening. We just have a Minister of Livestock Development with our own minister. That is a good thing. Just yesterday, I think Borno State also have their own state ministry of livestock. The government just announced it, and they have their own commissioner. I think we can also push the same in the southwest. I think Imo State already has one. So that means livestock is being recognized. And as you have heard from the lecturer, we should all key into it. Even those that are in the academia, we can key into it and do one thing or the other on a small scale. And that is what Baba has retired into. and some of us are also looking along that direction. And before I sit down, let me just say that, well, I jokingly told somebody, I belong to Oyo State, I work in Oyo State, I live in Oyo State, but maybe I will transfer my membership to Ogun State outside. And I'm from Ogun State anyway, from in the road, so I do am at home. So I'm not wasting too much time. I know we still have a lot of programs. Let me once again, on behalf of the national president, congratulate Ogun State on this secretariat and all the other good things that they are doing. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Please let's appreciate him. Let's appreciate him for this goodwill message. Yeah, before we move to question and answer, I would also like to invite to the high table in person of Mr. Akinwumi Shokensi. He is the Eastern Chairman Ogun State, rather Lagos State branch. Pardon me for that, Lagos State zone. Please step up to the high table. Thank you for coming. Thank you for identifying with us. One his hand. Yes. Let's take few questions. We know we have questions for our keynote speaker. He has delved into several things. We may not be able to take more than 3 questions because of our time and other programs lined up. So, if you have questions, kindly signify by raising up your hand. My PRO, you'll be the last. Alright, you will tell us your name, your sector, and go straight to your question. You'll be number 1. My daddy here, SBO, is number 2. Do we have a third person? The PRO. Okay, let's start with you. Your name, your sector, and straight to the question.
Thank you. My name is Salam Subai Kayode. I'm from the livestock sector policy. So my question goes thus. While the lecturer was delivering his lecture, he made mention of the Funab, Alpha, and other indigenous breeds of poultry. So I'm really concerned that as a product that emanated from Ogun State, as Ogun Esan, what can we do in this regard? You talk about the collaboration between the institute and the government and other sectors like that. What can we do in this regard to promote this awareness of this and the acceptability of this by the farmers? What can Ogun Esan do to promote this indigenous breed from going into extinction? Thank you.
Thank you. I really appreciate that question. It shows that many of us have interest. And okay. Maybe I should take all the questions then answer them. Say bye.
Okay. My name is Omusaya SBO. I'm from the industry. I'd like to thank the keynote speaker. He has done a good job. I say kudos to him. Yes, my question is it's going to be multifaceted. Some will be to the chairman, why? Because I have to take advantage of the time, and the other to the guest speaker. Mr. Speaker, sir, you painted a situation here that should disturb many of us sitting here. You told us in your speech that between last year and now, the poultry industry have sliced itself into 2. And even up to now, and I'm sure you know, the egg is not selling well. And they were talking of protein for our populace. And we all know egg is one of the cheapest we have. I'm thinking in my mind, if the government decide that, okay, they want to feed all the students in the school with egg, they have enough egg at the moment, going by the scenario of painted, sir? So where I'm coming or where I'm going is this. I think as a professional body, we have a lot to do. This sector can provide enough job opportunity for our constituencies. But because we are not doing enough, and that's why we are finding ourselves in this mess. Yes, I understand the last many months, there has not been nothing has been like egg glut. It's not because egg is selling fast, or a lot of people are consuming egg. Yeah, I'm coming to the question aspect of it. But I think let me just explain myself. Sir? I should go to the question. Okay. You gave us some figures. Hello, sir. You gave us some figures. I want to be sure that the egg, I think egg is about 8.5 in Nigeria. I want to ask you, for what? Protein and fat. Good. I want to ask a question. You know, you said in your speech that we have powdered egg being imported into this country. Are there factors into the figures you give us? The quantity of powdered egg that comes from outside? Because I'm sure we have, the powdered egg they are being used in our industry is more than what we produce in our farms. Well, that is my position. Mr. Chairman, I want to know if those things are there. So, Mr. Chairman, I want to ask you a question. You told us you have visited so many agencies like JUNAP, the government, and what have you. I think you need to do more by visiting the industry too. We have a lot of animal scientists working in many of these companies, and their challenge has always been there. Go back many years when ASAN was created. Some of us here, though I'm a student then, but I was at Lagos Airport Hotel in 1997 when ASAN was being founded, and I know the genesis. The same problem that we have then is still happening in our industry. So, Mr. Chairman, it is good we visit all these companies to where we have our colleagues working. Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. I didn't know visualize my name from Livestock Services Department, Ministry of Agriculture. My question is, with the table that you showed that 8 per capita consumption, 8%, I think 8.5%. Sorry, sir. Kilogram. Okay, kilogram. Kilogram is the unit. Yes, sir. I think we cannot have more than that for now. Because if you are considering the cheapest means of protein, animal protein is beef. And from, well, that is what I have now. That is what, when you go around in the market, sir, that is what is said. I will be answered, sir. That is what I'm. Now, with that, a lot of people are on the basis that they cannot take red meat. Red meat in the hospitals have been condemned. I just want to call, yes, has been condemned. I want to ask, is there anything, sir, that the animal scientists can do? If you ask Mama who is in the village now, we tell them, Monikama Jeromo, and you say we are going to blow our trumpet by ourselves. Is the health sector that is saying this that it is bad for consumption? What will the animal scientists or the animal breeders do so that we can have the beef that is being acceptable in the market and everybody, even on the seat here, will be taken regularly? Thank you very much.
Thank you. Our questions have been taken, and very shortly we will be answering our questions. I just want to remind our sponsors that right after this session, they will be coming up for product presentation in this order. Sam Pharmaceutical will come first. We will be inviting Mr. Yomi Daniels. So the person should get ready. Also, right after that, we'll have JK Farms and Pharmakemi Afolabi will be representing them. And lastly, we'll be having CGS Agro Global Limited, and we will be calling on Mr. Samuel for their product presentation. Sir, over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Let me start from the last question. You are talking of Monikama here, and I mentioned that too concerning eggs. Who is saying, don't take this, don't take that. And when you look at the per capita, are you really taking enough that could be at a cause a challenge? No, that's another question for all of us now. Are we really taking enough? My mother just died at 97, and she was on eggs and beef, depending on your health status anyway. Are you hearing me? I have an uncle who's a medical doctor. Who was a medical doctor. He goes to work every day, even after retirement, with an egg and a cup of tea. So, who is telling us what? We need to know that. And many of us have not even been to laboratory to know what your health status is. How many of us here have done medical checkup this year? Hello? Okay. I have only like maybe 5% of all of us here has me. So we need to move from I don't want to use the word ignorance to knowledge. Only one way. And that is exactly what is happening today. I have been collecting information on this air cholesterol since 1990 in Pfizer. And today is now known that the belief that air cholesterol is that's what is called heart disease or whatever. Even American they have the research that overcome our initial belief. Also, we all know about what is called moderation. Don't go to book and say give me, and the whole goal is if you are eating your future, because when you look at that, you are not saving money. Those of people have apology. I'm not saying that. But we need to just get to know what exactly is our body's need. And then we are saying, the old people that are saying that, maybe they are also in their 50s. So I have just told you, and I have an evidence. Somebody got, my mother was it taking me, all her teeth were complete until last month when she went to be with the Lord. So I'm not saying that you know your body. Even this cholesterol that we are talking about, they are good cholesterol. We are scientists. Our body needs certain amount of cholesterol, and that is when I'm now saying that we should blow our trumpet. For instance, thank God, Professor Ogun is here. I used my connection with the media, electronic media, at the time, and I took them, TBC, I took them to Ibadan. Go and interview the professor. I took them to farms. One other thing I wanted to do then, when I was in the office, to get medical doctors to speak about the benefit of eggs. And we can still take that. So, blowing our trumpet, it was on the national news. They interviewed him right in his office. I took them to UI from Lagos. I sponsored that. And I've been on telly. In fact, there was one that was going around making news. When I said, come, you don't need to take all these mechanic men that you want to perform and you are taking a go. There is something that is in egg that can give you that sexual drive. Libido. So we can, instead of taking a go, tell people to eat more egg. And they are saying, libido will be better. It was in the news, you can Google it. So, you don't need to take a book. All this of buying. And he has just confirmed it. Please, sorry, let me digress a little. Mommy here is saying that I'm talking about libido. That is one problem. I'm a pastor. That's the one problem we don't talk about, and it destroys homes. Those who know me, when I'm counseling, I tell them pay attention to this. When I'm counseling young couples. So let's put that aside. Because in fact, the only thing that we will say is that I have one partner. As a pastor, I will tell you that. But it's one thing that is destroying home. Let me leave that. Have I satisfied you? So those who are saying that, you have to tell them, they are beyond, don't consume red meat or whatever. There are people, my neighbor told me that, they said broiler, they have used hormone, they have used so. Have you not heard that? Do you know hormone is a protein? By the time it goes through digestion, it has been denatured, but it's not even allowed. And in Nigeria, the Nigerian Institute of Animal Science tell you the ingredients, approved ingredient for the year. If you see anybody try to use hormone, you can arrest. There are some growth promotants that is not allowed to be used again. All the forums have been banned all over the world. St. Patrick in those days were used as group promoters. You can't use them again. So, it's healthy to eat the right quantity of animal protein. And also, you said that milk is it's not the cheapest. So an egg today from the farm is 4,000 each. By the time it gets to you, it's about 5,000, 6,000 maximum. At 6,000 is still 200. For the content of the egg, compared to that kg of beef, it's still the cheapest. Now, sorry, did I get your question again? I think challenges or poultry. If school feeding is to be today, the truth of it is that we will not have enough. We will not have enough. But don't let me go into the government policy that you are talking about, because if you know how much they are supplying those eggs to schools, you will cry for Nigeria. We have been invited to come and supply. In fact, a state called us to come and do market of eggs, and we went there. I told my people, you go there, you're on your own. You may not even get your money. But the truth of it is that if today we are to go into school feeding fully, we cannot even produce 1/10 of what the school will need. As at now, we have farmers in the house, and we know what is happening. That we are not having egg lot, I mentioned it. It's not because people are eating eggs, they are consuming eggs. It's because of the quantity that we have right now, cannot really go, and then because of purchasing power of people. Are you aware that eggs has got into 5,002 at a time, but now it's back to 4,748? That is the market, the retailers, from the farm gate price. I still sold. I'm still selling. In fact, I've seen a lot now. It's still at 4,800 from the farm as at now. So we can then. One other things you mentioned, sir, is that we need to encourage ourselves, the animal scientists, to get involved. I was in the University of Port Harcourt and walking around. Uyo, walking around the campus, I discovered that they don't have any aperture like you I have. So I called one of us, Gloria Igini. I said, what are you doing? Million, you can make million here. Slaughtering a head of cattle a day, we give you, okay, we give you like a minimum of 40,000 a day. As at that time, I have a guy in the redemption camp, redemption city of God, along the way, redeem. I encouraged him. He was my member, parish member, and I encouraged him. He's one slaughtering cat today and today, so I know how much he was making. Slaughtering one cat even just 1 week. So we can encourage ourselves to go into production, processing, marketing, and begin to make money. Even with the situation of things in poultry, sir. If you have 500 birds today, but that's a lot of money, because point of play is now 5,002 at 14 weeks. So to have 1,000 birds today laying, you need nothing less than 8.5 to 10 million. Without the building, without the cage. But on 1,000 birds, you can make up to 1.2 million gross. If you want me to do the analysis for you, this is what I did recently. 1.2. If you have 500 birds, you can make up to 600 gross, 600,000 gross on 500 birds today. Where do you get that from? He was encouraging his son. He mentioned him to join him on the farm, but the young guy is telling him that no, don't look for a job. Shebi, we discussed, we tried to. I'm talking of Samuel, your son. Say, come, you don't need to go and look for a job in the bank. As a starter, I was a banker too. Maybe they will start with you with about 150,000. But if you have 500 pounds today, so let's encourage ourselves as practitioners, as animal scientists. There are areas, if you don't want to go into production, you can go into processing. Then, the area which we have cheated ourselves most is in consultancy. We don't even know how to charge. We don't even know how to chat. Maybe at another MCP, when they need to let people know. We don't know how to chat. By the time you call an animal scientist to them, including me, you would have given everything free. You see, by the time you are taking notes. At another time, we tell you a story of that. Somebody brought us into. So there are a lot of opportunities there. Now, what can be done about the indigenous breeds? That is the question, the first question. Am I right, sir? Yeah. I've given one suggestion. Maybe the university or research station should sell the patency. They can do that. That will hand them millions. In fact, millions of dollars, because to develop a breed requires a lot of money, sir. To develop a breed requires a lot of money and years involved. So they can sell that patency to a marketing or a farm that will promote it if they know the value. The other things right now, let me say this. There was a program here, Panop, and I saw a display of one of the breeds. I don't want to mention the breed. Even the presentation was not encouraging. To take like 500, 1,000 from them, and I will buy and rear it and see the performance, and then I can shout. We don't have that. So we have a lot of work in our heads. And now that we are talking about it, talk is cheap in Nigeria. Ask my mind, when he said I should come, if not for animal science, maybe I will not come, because we too they like talk, and we are not taking action. But because this is my own profession, most of the time now when they call me, I don't want to, because of my fight. Even on TV, those of you watched me last with TVC, we nearly fought. Because they want to protect the government, and I was saying the facts. Thank you.
About the issue of the visits, definitely you have to help us for us to help you. We have an online registration going on. If we are going to visit industry, unlike the institution, we can go there, we meet the lecturer, we meet the student. But when it comes to industry now, we must know your location, we must know where you are working. And if you fill that online form, we'll be able to pick those people that are working in industry and we'll visit them. The visitation is still online, it's still ongoing, and we will definitely visit those people that are registered online.
Thank you so much, my chairman. Thank you. We really appreciate you. Please, a round of applause for our keynote speaker once again. A round of applause for him. Let's really appreciate him. He was practical with the responses to the question posed to him. We really appreciate him. And I think on this note, I would also like to appreciate the local organizing committee for identifying him and bringing him as our keynote speaker. You are also appreciated. Thank you for all that. Now, before we invite our sponsors for their product presentation, I would like to inform us that right after the product presentation, we will go into the symposium practical discussion. Symposium/practical discussion. And to help us lead this as a panelist is Professor Olugbenga Ogunwole. Two of our panelists have tendered apology. They are unable to make it because of unforeseen circumstances. And to assist him in joining him as a panelist is Baba Adebiyi. So after the product presentation, we'll go straight into the practical section of this symposium. And the topic we are going to be looking at is improving effective relationship between gown, town, and policy. Safe to say, improving effective relationship between or among institution, industry, and policy. So that is what we are going to be discussing during our symposium. Right now, I would like to invite the first sponsor, that is from Sam Pharmaceutical. I'm inviting Mr. Yemi Daniel for their presentation. Yomi Daniel, thank you.
Gado, okay. All protocols duly and conscious All protocols duly observed. Yomi Daniels is my name. I'm just going to follow on what Daddy just said, and that will give you an assurance that I'm not going to take your time. He said when we go for conferences, because in the last 6 weeks, I've also been going for different conferences from state to state, and he said something that we do a lot of talking, but there is no action. So this afternoon we came with action, not with talk. So that's why I'm going to make it brief. Sam Pharmaceutical is the company that I represent, but I said Sam Pharmaceutical. I'm just going to run you through what we are into and why we are here today. So next slide. Sam Pharmaceutical actually is a pharmaceutical company, but we have two divisions. We have the animal division and we have the human health division. So that is why we, our first name is pharmaceutical, then we have the animal division. And we proudly say that we are the pioneer manufacturer of veterinary products in Nigeria. It will interest you to know one thing, that Sam Pharmaceutical, we have been around since 1971. So that means, going by the number of years, we are 53 years in Nigeria at the moment. And we have our local manufacturing arm here in Nigeria. We actually have it in Ilorin. And the interesting thing is that if I go by human product, the way we name it, in animal products, we have about 30 to 35 SKUs, different products in our basket, out of which about 50% of it is locally manufactured in Nigeria. And what we are doing right now is that we are building a mega factory at Ota here. The mega factory will mainly take care of human, while the one in Ilorin is going to concentrate on animal, products. Why? Because we're also particular about animal health in Nigeria. Beyond that, when you come to our stand, there is a feed that I don't have much of it here. I think Dr. Abayomi may have stumbled on the feed. It is called Kefa feed. It is made from natural source, which contains all the nutrients that your animals, be it ruminant or poultry, that they need. We are looking into it. We have discussed with the feed industry. They are called FIPAN. They had their conference last week in Lagos, and they have invited us. We are having discussion with them to see how we can go beyond, because in the course of your presentation, I was downstairs and I overheard that it is also important that we give these animals good food rather than medication. I don't know, somebody mentioned it. So we are looking in that direction also, that beyond the medication, we should have feed that will give them the right nutrient. So that's that about Sam Pharmaceutical. We have the human and we have the animal. And we have been around for 53 years. And I give you assurance, so whenever I go for conferences, like we are just coming from Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria conference, the first question they ask me, like other companies, how long are you going to stay in Nigeria? I say to them, if we have been around for 53 years, it means that we are here to stay. We are not jackpying to any other country. Nigeria is our homeland. We are proudly Nigeria. Next slide, please. So, the animal health, this is what it looks like if you have access to the slide. Next slide. We have the animal health, we have two divisions. We have the ruminant and we have the poultry division. Because we understand that in some part of Nigeria, you will find the poultry doing well. And we just came back from Jos, where we went for veterinary conference. It was shocking to me for the first time. I heard that Abeokuta, Ogun State, and Oyo State. They are the hub of poultry business in Nigeria. So please put your hands together, for yourself. It shows that we are actually doing well. And there is something that I overheard my boss said before. I call them my bosses, the people on the high table, and even you, because without you, my salary is not complete. There's something that I overheard him say. He talked about egg. For example, in my son's school, meat is not allowed, so it is egg that they eat in that school. I'm not going to mention the name, and whenever he goes to school, he comes back home, he's always looking healthy. And to tell you interesting thing, because I know you do more poultry, than the large animals. There's a saying, I don't know if it is true. I overheard it from the commissioner of kitchen affairs in my house. That is my wife. He said the less the number of legs, the better the protein. That you should eat as you grow old. You should eat the animals with less number of legs. So it means that chicken is very healthy, egg is very healthy, and it is produced by you people. So I think with what I've heard, there is a lot that needs to be done, as regards the Association of Animal Science and as regards veterinary, in the West. And that is why people have asked us, we sell so much of these our veterinary products in the North. Why don't we have a factory in the North? But we told them that this is our home and this is where we belong. So why don't you put your hands together for yourself once again? If you also have access to the screen, these are the list of some of the products that we have. I don't know, is it showing here? Okay, these are the list of some of the products. Now this is not the all, but I'm just sharing with you the list of those ones that is readily available now. We have, so on the left hand side, that is our brand name, and on the right hand, that is the generic. Most of these products, they are found in the leaflets that you are going to be given. If you have not been given, please ask for it. Then when you come downstairs, you will find some of those products. In town here, we have our distributors, people that have keyed in. You may also want to, because I understand that, if you don't know, I make bold to tell you, if you don't know, all of us that are sitting here, I'm not trying to cajole you. Like my daddy that spoke before me, I'm not a pastor, but I preach paracetamol and chicken drugs. But if you don't know, the people that are sitting here, they are actually millionaires, but they don't know. Millionaires but they don't know. Because we do animal and human, and I found out that, yes, there are competitions here, but the competitions in human, they are more than what is happening in animal. If you hold the profession strongly, there is more that you can make in it than running outside the country. That is what I can tell you. So these are the list of some of the products. You may want to be part of us. You may want to do business with us. We are downstairs. I'm not going to bore you with too much story. Let's go to the next slide. This is one of our key products. It is called Samoxine, derived from our own name, Sam Pharmaceutical. And the generic is oxytetracycline, as you have seen. We have it in 200 milligram powder, and we have it in 50 milligram powder. The next slide. We have the injectable also, and we have the bolus. The injectable, interestingly, is one product that comes and goes. So as the container is coming, it is going. Why? Because it is in high demand. The next slide, please. Spectrum of activity, I've just decided to share one or two things with us that we all know. You are more like a professor in this. I'm just an errand boy from Sam Pharmaceutical. That oxytetracycline is an antimicrobial medication used to treat bacterial infections in animal. It is a broad spectrum antibiotics and frequently used in veterinary medicine for gastrointestinal and respiratory system disease. Next slide, please. It is mostly used amongst animals like horses and mares, like sheep and goats. You call them ruminant animal. Let us go to the next slide. It can also be used in dogs and cats, cows and buffaloes. That's why it's doing well in the north where they do this. It is the route of administration: intramuscular, intravenous, subcutaneous, and oral. So that is why we have it in powder form, in bolus form, and injectable form. Apart from oxytetracycline, these are other products that we have. I have shared the name with you, and I'm sharing the pictures with you. The next slide. Next slide, please. And so, like I said before, we have a complete set of animal care. Usually when we go for a presentation like this, we ask people, how healthy is your animal? How healthy is your animal? Next slide. Yes, so this is the brief that I came to. I'm done already. I've only shared with you the product and also the generic name, and I've shared the pictures with you. So please, if you once you are done, please find time to patronize us. We have not only come to sell to you, we have come with some promotional materials also. This is what we do in pharma industry, that we have some other promotional materials. You buy and you get something at least for the season. Christmas season is just around the corner. Asan, you know Asan? Great Asan. Okay, Great Asan. Great Asan. Please put your hands together for yourself. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Yomi Daniels from Sam Pharmaceutical. Thank you so much for that presentation. Because of our time, we have a list of activities lined up. We are still going to have AGM after all these activities. We would like our product presentation not to take more than 5 minutes. Please, 5 minutes. And please, let's adhere to the time. Next on the list is JK Farms. And I'm inviting Pamakemi Afolabi. Please, let's appreciate her as she comes forward.
Good afternoon, sirs. Standing on existing protocols, sir. My name is Kemi Sola Afolabi from JK Farms. JK Farms is located at Idori Road. Okay. Until it got to a level whereby everyone was now shaking. That was when we started concentrating on it. But JK Farms already foresaw the whole thing going on now as far back as 2 years ago. Likewise, Isipe in Kenya. This whole journey has been on now for 2 years. We've successfully trained over 300 farmers on how they can produce black soldier fly larvae. Now, when it comes to black soldier fly larvae, it grows very, very fast. Initially, when we started producing black soldier fly larvae, we were producing between 100 to 120 kg daily, but with the help of God and with the help of my gas, we've been able to increase to 1.5 metric ton every day. Right now, at JK Organic Farm, we produce 1.5 tons of black soldier fly larvae. When I'm talking about black soldier fly larvae, I don't know if we can all see, I'm talking about this. This is black soldier fly larvae. It's a kind of worm. I don't know if you've heard about it. Some people call it maggots, although the larvae stage of any insect is what we call maggots. Now, why black soldier fly larvae? Most people will come to me, oh, Kevin, why black soldier fly larvae? I tell them, black soldier fly, we chose black soldier fly larvae because it is the easiest of all insects to breed. The fly, the black soldier fly that produces the larvae, it does not eat, it does not drink, it does not bite, it does not sting. The only thing it does is to lay eggs, which are later grown into larvae. And the larvae contains up to 50 to 65% protein. The fly itself does not eat, it does not drink, it does not bite, neither does it sting, which means it has no means of transmitting any form of disease to humans. So it's currently one of the safest insects for human beings because we are not at any risk with it. You can touch it, you can do anything you like with it. In fact, the worms are edible. The worms from black soldier fly larvae are edible for human consumption. Right now, most companies are using it for baby food. Yes, they use it for baby food right now because of the high protein content. And the beautiful thing about it is the larvae feed on organic waste. It feeds on organic waste, your kitchen waste, your vegetables, your spoiled tomatoes, your spoiled peppers in the house is what you feed to it. So you don't need to spend money, you don't need to go extra mile to get food for your larvae. And if you're actually a poultry farmer or a pig farmer, all you have to do is use the waste from your pig or your chicken to produce black soldier fly larvae, which means you are converting your waste back into protein for your animals. Through that, nothing is wasted. Once your chicken they defecate, you pack the poop, you go and use it to breed your larvae. By the time the larvae feeds on the waste, it turns it into organic manure, which is used for planting vegetables. It's very, very rich in nitrogen. So instead of a farmer who has a chicken, you have a chicken, you are wasting your chicken wastes. You are also buying feed. Why don't you use your waste to produce black soldier fly larvae, feed it to your chicken back, and then use the leftover from the breakdown of black soldier fly to plant your potato, your tomato, your pepper, and the rest. Now, let us take a comparison between plant protein and animal protein. One of the main reasons that we still have to include animal protein, just like my guys in the house already said, is because it has complete amino acids. Talking about the lysine, adenine, methionine, leucine, and the rest. Same thing applicable to black soldier fly larvae. It has the complete amino acid, it has pimetric acid, it has lauric acid. And in the pharmaceutical industry, I don't know if you are familiar with it, lauric acid is like gold because it is used in the pharmaceutical industry as an antiseptic. It is used to produce body creams and other antiseptic soaps. So you can generate a lot as a farmer, not just a chicken farmer. You can deviate into black soldier fly, and if you are buying to feed, you can reduce the cost of your feeding up to 40 to 50%. Yes, you can do that on your farm. And if you look around today, if you want to get a 1 ton of soya beans, you know how many plots of land you need to use. If you want to get 5 tons of GNC, you know how many plots. But with black soldier fly, you can do it at the back of your house. It does not consume space. And so you only need a small space at the back of your house to breed as much as 1 ton. Like I said, we breed 1 ton, 1.5 tons, and we are increasing to 20 tons now. Because we have a lot of demands both within the country and outside the country. And another thing about black soldier fly is it contains beneficial microbiotics, which we go and buy. When it comes to animal health, especially chicken, when we talk about chicken, when we talk about fish, we buy feed additives. Black soldier fly contains lactobacillus, which provides enzymes like amylase, protease, and the rest to be able to convert the food you give to your animals. So if you are using black soldier fly larvae in your feed, it's as good as you are already getting the enzymes that you are supposed to buy as feed addictive, the enzymes you are supposed to buy as probiotics and prebiotics. You are getting it free. And if you know, if you are having the enzymes in your feed like amylase and the rest, alpha glutanase, alpha monocatenase, and the rest, alpha fructanase, you are reducing your you are increasing your FCR. If your brother is supposed to take 5 kg, with 3.5 kg, you can achieve the same results as per when you use 5 kg, because the conversion ratio is going to be high, because the enzymes is going to break down all the plant fibers. Down the normal ground, the chicken system cannot break down nor absorb. So with black soldier fly larvae, you have a lot of advantages for your chicken, for your pigs, for your dogs, for your rabbits, and the rest. Now, we are JK fans. We are here today to encourage us to embrace these beautiful insects. Because to me, they are very, very beautiful. They are very, very beautiful. For our young graduates in the house, they can easily go into production of black soldier fly larvae and sell to farmers. As a farmer, you can breed it. As a farmer, you can buy it to cost your cost. As a farmer, you can get the frass to plant your vegetables, and instead of buying the commercial fertilizer, you are one of those that will be producing it behind your house. You can still sell to tomato farmers if you know you are not planting. Please, we are currently running a promo. We train people and we set up for people both within Ondo State and outside Ondo State. In the east, in the north, we go around setting up for farmers who are interested in it. And right now we are running a promo because of this program for people that are interested, but for both the physical and the online training. All you have to do is come down to our stand down here. You see JK Farms banner. You just come and register and we put you through for the training and we make arrangements for the training. Thank you very much.
Let's sustain the applause. Let's sustain the applause.
Okay, when it comes to environmental impact, Daddy, thank you very much for that question because I already forgot it. Because Black Teacher Fly is cutting across about 4 different sections. It provides a job for unemployed youth. It helps to convert waste into protein. And the beautiful thing is, I said waste into protein. When it comes to other larvae, when they are feeding on waste, it starts decaying and smelling. But Black Teacher Fly has the ability to suck odors. Like if you give them your poultry waste, you know definitely poultry waste smells. Go and check after 3 days when they feed on it, it will become odorless. Yes. Sir? They are totally harmless. They feed on only decaying wastes. If you put them on a living way, if you give them fresh tomato that is still attached to the plants, they will not eat it. They feed on decaying wastes. So even if you are a crop farmer or a livestock breeder and your flies or anything, the flies doesn't even eat at all. And the larvae escapes into the environment. They are inside my room. We sleep together, we wake up together. Yes. We sleep together, they are inside our car, they will travel all around together. So they are totally harmless. They are total, in fact, they contain antibiotics from lauric acid. Yes, sir. So I hope I've been able to answer your question, sir.
A round of applause once again for Farmer Kemi Afolabi of JK Farms. Thank you so much. Thank you. We really appreciate you for your presentation. The Black Soldier Fly Larva is a means of increasing our profitability as sustainable agriculture. Please, let's put our hands together for her. Lastly on our list, we will bring up here TGS Agro Global Limited. And I invite Mr. Samuel for their presentation.
Thank you very much. Following up protocols, my name is Onokoya Samuel from TGS Agro Global Limited. We are an agro-tech company. Our solution basically is to solve tech problems in poultry farming and other sector in agriculture. But practically our product today is on sexing of chicks. How to differentiate between male and female without having to stress them beyond normal conditions. Now, if I go through our sexing method, we have basically 3 general sexing methods, which is vent sexing, color sexing, and feather sexing. If you look at all these scales of sexing, if we look at feather sexing, it has species of birds that it can work for, not all birds. If we look at color sexing, it also has species of birds that it can work for. And when we come to the general one we all use for all birds, it is stressful, it has infection, contamination into our birds, it has losses in terms of economy. We have loss for at least, if we do our estimate, for each 100 sex bird, we can have mortality of about 15 to 20 deaths. And that is money in economics. So now we came up with an idea that how can we solve this problem as a tech company? And we got to understand that we can solve this problem through the help of sound. Basically, all of us, some of us can be practical farmers, and we can identify with me. When you go to Turkey, let me use Turkey as a sample. When we go to your turkey farm, male turkeys, when they call, you know their call is always the same. I'm just making you understand that we have distinct call for male and distinct call for female. Male turkey sounds the same. Someone can make a certain sound and all the turkey will make a unified sound together. If you notice, the sounds are always the same. So it's possible for us to sex male chicks and female chicks with sound. And we have come up with a tech device that makes it humanly stressless. We don't have to involve ourselves in having to deal with the sex of the male or the female. It's only collect the sounds through audio record, and it will tell you exactly what the sex of the male or what the sex of the chicks is. And with that, problem will be solved maximally, and we'll have time, and the time efficiency will be speeding. We'll have more time as well, and we can do our sexing anywhere, anytime, no matter the condition. We don't have to wait for a sexer before we have our best sex. Thank you very much. Can you tell us a bit more about the procedure? Do you use specific instruments? Do you have a flow line and things like that? Thank you very much, sir. So in the light of what he asked me, we have a collection of data, specified data. Basically, it has been proven that, and the article, anybody that needs the article, our stand is downstairs. We will write down your name, we'll send the full article to your email of what and how the sounds are being generated from our company. The explanation will be there detailed, but according to what I would just say, to briefing the timing, we collect data from birds, proven birds. Male sound is already proven that male sound is totally different from female sound. So there is no mixture. So now we just collecting the data and having to do with it in tech is what we just did. Male chicken and female chicken are totally different sounds. Okay, at day-old, we were specialized at sexing day-old chicks. Because basically that is the point where people want to really do business with the sex. Because some want male breed, some want female breed from day-old, and then that's where we came in. I want to help them to solve the problem. Yes, sir.
You know that sexing does not involve all the farmers.
Yes.
It's just the archery. So breeder, the archery. They don't be breeder farm. They are archery operator now that do not have breeding farms. So what has been the result from what we have done? I also know that we now have MRI technology. We now do MRI for sex. That is not available in Nigeria yet. This one that you have done, what is the level of success? We know, because it's a big problem with some archery operators. When you take like 10,000 birds and you're having like 1%. What you said is not true. By saying that from every 1,000 you can have up to that is killing, then that is not a reliable something. Now, what are the success rates that you have recorded? And then can you now patronize more of the archery operators? Because if I take 10,000 birds for bullet, I don't expect maximum sex error, we call it. Maximum, I can tolerate like 20 maximum. So, but in case it's bigger than that, it's not good for mine. Because looking at the cost of day-old chick today, it's now 1,050, 900 somewhere. And then you now pay 900 for a cockerel that is less than 100 naira. Is not good enough for any farmer. So we need that, and we can then recommend you to archery operators. Thank you.
A quick one. You talk of day-old chicks. What of Japanese quail? Japanese quail. Quail, yes. Or what of other types of chicks that you can that app can work on?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'll be brief with my answer. I'll go with this question first. The percentage success that we have recorded so far is 92 to 95% success. Due to that, these are, when we call something AI, the possibility of it being accurate than human being effort is totally true. So then we can achieve higher success rate with the help of AI, artificial intelligence, in poultry service. So that's why we involve this technology, and we are here to help poultry and as many agricultural industries. So back to his question, about other birds, other chicks, we have tried turkey and duck, but we have not seen quail because people that farm quail are not popular. So that's why we have not really experimented on that. But turkey, okay, you can invite us to your farm and then we'll make the experiment with you. Thank you very much.
I just have these two quick comments. One, 92-point-something%. Even 5%. 5% in commercial chicken production. I think it's that 5% margin is too high. It's still in need of scaling. That's number one. Number two, you said you went to vet I'm not trying to promote or project my profession too much, but you need to know who actually is responsible, who will know the language of the chicken. And when you look at archery procedure and archery operation, who is in charge? Who is in charge of archery operation? Those things, they are the work of the animal scientists. And you are coming here and you are talking about quack something. So maybe you may need, because the moment you are not doing what you are supposed to do, you are quack. So you should do, maybe if you do upscaling and you go the right direction, you are going to improve tremendously. And you may get up to 90. You need 99.1. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. A big round of applause for him on that new technology. We are moving forward, and at this point in time, we want to invite the state chairman, Dr. Odukoya. You know, he said something during the presentation that we have moved to a new side. We have gotten a Odukoya. We have 5 minutes.
Great animal scientist. Great animal scientist. Great.
Without taking our time, I want to quickly go on and explain. We are so blessed enough to have this place. And I want to tell you that we've secured this place for the next 4 years. The agreements have been signed. And our plan is that by the time we are leaving this place after 4 years, we are not going to rent any other structure. We are going to our own land. And in doing that, we need some money. And I will need everybody assistance. No amount is too small to build this work. If you see what we have here, we have all here now. We are still going to demarcate a section to get the office. If you look up, you will see map of Nigeria. The roof of this place is not roofed yet, or it's not sealed yet. And that's part of the agreement for the rent. That whatsoever we spend on the ceiling will also be converted to our rent. So we've made some payments, and some other repairs we are doing, we have to convert it for our rent. And that's why everything amounts to 4 years. I will sign the agreement. So this afternoon, I want to raise something from us. I want everybody to contribute to this work. There's no amount you give to this work that is too small. And I want everybody to participate. So as a result of that, we have a form here that will be given to everybody in the house. We are not forcing you to do it now. You can give us a promise. It could be 2 months, it could be 3 months. We will get it. Part of what we have here in this list, we have office furniture. We don't have any. What we have here now is just the hall. No single furniture is here. Office equipment, we have it there. The ceiling of this place is what we intend to do. Then here also, we don't want to use national grid because the national grid is collapsing every time. And we don't want to use what we collapse. So therefore, we'll be operating on solar. We're operating here on solar so that anytime you come to the office, you want to do anything, we can get it done for you because the solar will be on. So we intend to put in the 1.5 kVA solar for this place. It will take all our printing equipment, and it will also take a TV. Why do we have a TV? Because we'll be opening this place regularly. You can be coming from office or from phone or anything. You can fix meeting here. You can come and hold your meetings here. No problem. This place will be open up to 6 o'clock every day. We have arranged how we will get somebody here that will run this place for us. We intend to work with NYSC corpers to work here so that to minimize our cost. And we also have a plan, because we are going to use solar, to get solar fan. We are not going to use just any fan here. We just get solar fan. And we are planning that in the next few days, we can have our own bus. We estimated about 5 million naira for the bus. I know we can get, I'm not talking about new one. If you are talking about new one, 5 million naira cannot buy it. But if you are buying a fairly used bus, I know we can still get a good one at 5 million. So these are just what we have in mind. We are not talking about land for now, but I know within the next 3 years, we will secure our own land. I am very, very sure of that. So please, this form will be given to us. It's not compulsory you give us now. Anything you want to give us, please put it there. You can put the date. We keep it with us, and then we'll follow up with the payment. So we want to appreciate all of us for this. Thank you. We'll be waiting to receive from you. Thank you very much. Please, kindly help me submit before you go. Please, just fill it, submit before you go. Thank you.
I've just been called for keynote address, not chief launcher. But since it's a good thing, and honestly, I told them, I said, gateway. Gateway. I was asking the immediate past secretary of the ASA. We have never had this kind of a thing. This is the first branch. You don't call yourself, it's not a chapter. State is branch. Please let us also correct that. We have branch for state, and you can have chapter in UNAB, FUNAB, in the ministry, that's where you have chapter. I want us to support this cause. May not be now as the chairman has said. Some of us are really impressed. I know that you call the state gateway, they are the first study, but Lagos is still center of excellence. So please, I want to admonish us here. No amount is too small. Hello? So don't promise what you'll be running after. But I want us to, I told the chairman, we must have something. So I'm starting with a token for them, which I'm going to send into the account right now.
Thank you, sir. We are going to dictate the account so that we can write it on that form also. And then we omitted that. We will dictate the account now. We will dictate the account now. In sadness. We did the account now. Please, you can write the account on it. Everything is in the name of the association, not in my name. In the name of the association, please. Can we quickly have that account number? You are still looking for it? I know it's UBA. Yes, thank you.
Animal Science Association of Nigeria, United Bank for Africa, UDA, 2126535451. 2126535451. Thank you.
I think Professor Odino was going to talk about it. You want to talk about it? About the program. Okay, the Director of Life Science Services. Professor Odusi.
Thank you. You know, I'm a messenger here. I'm here on behalf of my president, Adam President, and I know he has promised the state here to do something. So I will remind him and make sure that something gets to Ogun. Thank you.
Professor Mwali. I have liaised with the chairman for my talking, And it will be, yes. Thank you very much, Dr. Akin's Mama. Mama's name.
We have the phone here. I have my executive here. I can assure you that we'll get back to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Come here. Thank you very much for all the donors. We appreciate your donations, and we promise to put it in good use. Having said this, we are going to the next stage of the program, and that's practical discussion. We'll be taking that way.
Thank you. I looked through the list, and as a true son of Ogun State, I will give one solar fan. Thank you.
Please let us clap for him. The clapping. We appreciate your efforts, sir. God bless you. We are now going to the next stage of the program, and that's the practical session stroke symposium. And it will be taken by Professor O.O. Oshinawa and Mama Akenosi, Dr. Mrs. Akenosi. The question. Oh. Professor Oguni. Okay. Professor Ogunwole and Mr. Adebiyi and Pastor Adebiyi is to handle that session. And the question, Dr. Sandra, please come. The question.
Yes, the topic we are going to be looking at is improving effective relationship among gown, town, and policy. And we said it can be put in a different way to read improving effective relationship between, or rather among institution, industry, and policy. It's going to be an interactive session. Everybody is going to contribute. We are going to pour out our mind based on what we have been experiencing in the industry. We are all animal scientists. We have one or two animals that we are raising and using for livelihood and profit.
The question is, how do we improve effective relationships among town, gown, and policy? From the product presentation that have been done here, I listened to a lady from JK Farm. I quickly perused the nutritional quality of the black soldier fly. Do you know what I wrote from here? I said, researchers are cheated. Researchers are cheated. Yes. And in Nigeria, that is the situation. I don't know when it will stop. Researchers are perpetually cheated, and they are underrated, and they don't even count on them. I can do it. So, well, maybe I'm wrong or I'm right. Maybe I should say some other things to provoke questions from the audience. And when that is done, we are going to entertain quality questions and then address it, how those things could be ameliorated. You see, it's only in this country that the researchers, they are, even look at Tech Fund, ETF, it started at ETF 1994. When it was started, it was mainly by the researchers. As they told Abacha that when you say you cannot pay a good salary, you cannot do this. Let there be TED, ETF. And they said, yes, okay, let's see now. They didn't know there was much money in that process. So when government saw money like this, they jumped at it. Today, what is the controlling power of the researchers or the academics? Nothing. It's entirely in the purview of the government. And how much of the money of the debt fund is truly assessed in our institutions today? Yes, billions of naira, even to so. What proportion? I'm saying this because I know what I'm talking about. What is the proportion of that money that is accessed? And we'll be talking trillions, this trillion. But what proportion is actually, if you are given 1 billion today by the tech fund, you cannot access even 70% of it. You can't access 60% of it. Because they are going to appoint their contractor. They are going to appoint everything. It's the civil service that is eating everything. And yes, and I want to be challenged. If there is a SSS here, let them come and arrest me. Because I know what I'm talking about very, very well. We are given 150 million in animal science. We didn't use 60 million of that money. We are given 100 million again. It didn't get to us. None. They said we didn't respond on that. And so on like that. And I can go on and on and on and on. And when that 60 million said, are we using the equipment now? They will appoint their own contractor who will come and not what we want, but what they think they can. So it is like that. They come and paint all the view. That is how it is. The policy is no longer staying in policy. They are oppressing all other ones. They are the custodian, and they are with the politician. They are now in one this thing, and they are oppressing the town and the town, because it will eventually not get to the town. They are oppressing the town. They are oppressing the town. The town are the suffrage people, because as we speak, if you want to publish, it's not that most of the material we publish in Nigeria, they are better than what you see in higher pattern. I am telling you, I know. So I'm not guessing. What we publish, they are better, and it's just that Baba has just left. I would have loved you to listen to what. Go and look at most impacted this thing. But you need like $11,000 to publish in some International Journal of Poultry Science. One of the best this thing. You need up to $11,000. Even if you give me $11,000 now, you think I will go and publish one paper, and then I will. So one person. I received a memo this morning that I published one thing about breeder, vitamin use in breeder, and that they will help me to translate it into different language. And for every language they translate it to, it's going to be 200 euro. I just laughed and I deleted it immediately. Because where will I get 200 euro for every language? I won't even do it. Let them. Where it ends, it ends. That's all. If you go for international symposium, you will see people sponsored by the Kusa, sponsored by Ebony, sponsored by. It's only the papers that are from Nigeria that will not need, you will not see sponsored by anybody. It's from the pocket of the researcher. And now you come back, he wants it for his promotion, he comes back. You now want other people. They don't want to recognize anybody. Instead, they will go at the back to circumvent. And I have several examples in that respect, whom they have circumvented, how it has been ranked, and we are still at a square one today. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the scenario. You may have another perspective. You may have another line of thought. That is why we are all here. We are professionals, and I want us to provoke, bring out what are your questions, what are your thoughts. Now we don't want remarks, we don't want comments, we want questions. And I want questions from the first 12 people. The first 12 that can put up their hands and is straightforward to the question, no rabble-rousing, no no, I'm the moderator, I'm not now. Okay, Efeki. No, they are assisting, they are not. Now, 12 people, 12 questions. In fact, it will come from those are provoked most. That is the policy, because I see Chief Kuforiji putting over 12, because question will not give rise to question. If you don't have question to do now, and you now want to raise it further, we may not be able to entertain. So please raise up your hand. Sorry, I'm coming, sir. Raise up your hand if you have question in this regard, so that we will be able to leave this terrain on time. So if you have question, please raise up your hand. I'll give you number from the onset. I'm coming, sir. If you have question or contribution, raise up your hand. And I'm going to give you number, and it will not be more than 12. The first 12 to put up their age. Yeah, I'm going anti-clockwise. 1, Mr. Kuforiji, 1. 2, Noah, Abia, SBO, Baba, 3, 4, any other person, question, 5, so there are 5 questions, so 1.
Thank you very much, sir. My name is Kuforiji Olayinka. My question is this: by proper definition, who actually is a researcher?
Okay, that's all. The second question.
Well, you have said you don't want contribution, but I think I will.
No, you can. If it is not going to be elaborate.
Okay, this is my position. I want to ask some novice question here. Before we have egg powder, how are the conventionalist company? What are they using? How are they using egg? Are they using whole egg, or what are they using there? Why I'm asking that question, I'm bothered why it has to be powder. Why it can't be fresh egg from the farm? To all these Nestos, Indomies of this world. That is one. As an association, what policy? Because the guest speaker spoke well the other time that I don't like the idea of palliative as well. I can't give I'm the chairman of a zone of honor. Certain quality of things were given to us. To share it become an issue. It nearly cost Kanakata within the zone. Thank God we're able. But I think government can do better. So I'm thinking, other than we going to government capping and begging for money or begging for this, are there policies we can push from a operational point of view that can help poultry farming? A good example is, sometimes ago I understand the juice maker, they fought for a policy whereby certain ban was placed on imported juice and what have you, and it's helping them. What policy can we push as an animal scientist and animal husbandry person to help poultry business and possibly other sectors too, that will help marketing? You imagine the picture is painted now. If you have 1 million birds in the country before, maybe you have about 600 now, and it continue to decline. And the 1 million we have initially is not even enough for, we're supposed to scale up to about 4 million. I'm just giving a number. So how can we push a policy
that will help, other than declining in the poultry sector, that will help it to improve. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Number 3.
Thank you very much. I'm Mr. Adeu Sunday Adamola. I start from the local government, but a practitioner and a member of Animal Science. On the policy issue, I will advise that we in the animal science, we should make sure we work with the government in putting the right peg in the right hole. The situation where they give us, the Ministry of Agri, they give us somebody that happens to be an administrator to come and be the PS in the Ministry of Agri, or somebody that read other courses in university to be a permanent secretary in the Ministry of Agri. That will not work. The department of ministry will not move further. That's one. Number 2, during your introduction, you are saying that there is no sponsorship for
publications and research.
Yeah, during the time we were doing our masters in the University of Ibadan in early 90s with Professor Adeleye, I got a sponsorship for my research with in collaboration with INRI, International National Research Institute. I think you in the academia.
That was 1994.
1994. Yes. So
no, there was no session in 94. There was
Abacha something. We entered in 1993.
I'm coming, sir.
Okay.
1992 set. 1992-93.
Yes.
They couldn't finish 94. The whole of 94. There was strike.
Yes.
So
we finished in 1995.
Okay.
But that time, Professor Adele was able to secure a grant for us, which we used to complete our master's program then. So I believe you in academia, you know how to get all these things.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's the question.
Okay. My contribution.
That academia should be getting more grants.
Yes, that you know how we can solve for it. Thank you.
Okay. Number 4.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
My too is also a contribution. My name is Omidiji Ezekiel Abolade. I'm from the policy sector of the animal science. The prof said something while speaking that the federal government just created livestock department with a minister. I was fortunate, sir, to be at the presidential livestock stakeholders meeting in Abuja.
Okay.
When I got there, to my surprise, I thought it's an Hausa agenda because 90% of the participants are Northerners. I was wondering, how are my people from Ogun State? I only saw Professor Lanite from Funab and one poultry farmer from, I think, Shagamu or thereabout. So I was wondering that we at Ogun State, we don't normally take a back on things like this. So I was wondering, but sir, lo and behold, the new minister, the minister for livestock, he came in as a participant at that stakeholders meeting.
Yes.
It was there that the president pronounced him as the minister.
Yes.
Now see the ripple effect of the Northerners. They are very proactive. Now, Prof said, Kolu State have their own livestock ministry with the commissioner. I think there is another state he mentioned, Imo State. But we here in Ogun State, what are we doing? We have to be proactive when it comes to government projects and policy. Thank you.
Thank you. Number 5.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes.
My name is Adeola.
Adeola.
Adeola Opeoluwa. Adeola Opeoluwa.
Adeola. Ṣé ọmọ Ondo ní Ìjẹ̀ṣà bíbo? Ẹ̀sà Odò, okay. Ilé ni. Oh, yeah.
Now, my question is, I discovered that when you look at the town, we have more numbers of people at
town know. More people.
Yes, definitely.
So, but when you make policy, when policy makers make their policy, targeting those no, it won't get to them. When you get to them.
That the policy that is made do not get to the town.
That is their original intention, to make policy for those in the town. So I want to ask that how can we make sure that the policy that is made get to town? Because those who are being cheated, even if the policy is down at the town is not producing. They are also being cheated. Like I'm talking about the government.
I have said that,
yes,
that the policy is cheating both the town and the gown.
So, what can the town do?
What the town can do?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's the question. Okay. Now there are 5 questions, and we are going to trash each of those questions one by one, and it's not going to take much, sir. Sir, what is the first question? Then we.
Actually, there are 4 major questions there. Others are contributions, suggestions. The first question is, who is a researcher by proper definition? Who is that person that comes?
Yes. Professor Onusi is here. He's going to help me. He's a senior researcher to me. He's a yes. No. I will read the question to you. They say who is truly a researcher?
A researcher. Meaning of research is to search. Searching for information and building on it, to produce a product. So a researcher is somebody that will investigate, propound a theory, investigate, and come out with at least a finding. That is just what a researcher is. And anybody, well, usually if you go academic, you must have been trained and get to a level of PhD. So you can say, yes, you are a researcher. But then, not everybody has to get a PhD. You have research institutes, people are working there. It's just to look for to solve problems. That is also one of the aims of a researcher, to solve problems. You know, propound theories and then propose theories and carry out, work on it to validate your theories or your content. That's just a thank you.
Yes. Without much ado, you see the wisdom of catching the more knowledgeable people. He has been able to, because the question posed cannot be answered by 1 + 1 is equal to 2. I'm going to add a little thing to what my Oga has just spoken. Researching. That means the knowledge is already existing. And God created the heavens and the earth. See, all the condiments, everything, they are existing knowledge. Now you are read. Now God did not add that Ari. Read. That means you are now looking at the existing knowledge. You are researching them with the aim of bringing new findings that is not known to mankind. It's not that it is not existing before. And to be able to do that, he has said it, you need empirical power to be able to. Some people do a lot of things. I'm also researching. When I used to sell premix, I was a salesman. I knew the problem I had to face, especially in Ibadan. Those that are closest to me. When you give them product, they say they are even in my farm. Then one day, I got my brother, my senior brother, who is also a farm owner, a hatchery owner.
I got him, I sat him down. I said, how is your researching procedure? Come and tell me how you are able to deduce what you say you have deduced. At that time, I was just a fresh PhD holder. So, I was still, the brain is still, I didn't even have things to use it on. So, I now sat down, the wife was there, who was my classmate. So, we sat, and then my guy was just blabbing. I said, and I now told him, how would you be able to get any fact from this one? And I told him all the pitfall of his researching. And after that, his eyes became red and he was almost crying. He said, then he turned into food. He wanted to. Then the wife now came in and said, but you are cheating this man. This man has been here more than 10 times. Yeah, I'm doing research. Now you see that he's a research you are doing. So you need training to be able to deduce empirical facts. Facts that are testable. Not that you know she research. You can't matter if you are there lórí iṣẹ́ tí o mọ̀ kankan pa. So anybody can do research, but it's not every research that is done that can be empirically proven. Once it is not empirically proven, it cannot stand the test of time. It's a thing. You are just wasting your. Instead of that, it is better to employ or charter or consult with those who can do it properly, and it will be cheaper in that respect. Oh yeah.
Thank you, sir. The second question is, before egg powder, what are they using?
See, I can throw some light into that. Egg powder. Egg powder is used as egg powder from the onset. If you are going to use egg powder for your confectionaries and all that, apart from yogurt, which milk you can use, but most of the products which egg powder are deployed, powdered milk, beverages, so many other things, you need egg powder for it. And for example, Nestle food cannot in their life think of going to collect egg. No way. But the one they will collect must meet international acceptable standard. Where you are not going to have tetracycline residue or what is that? The first antibiotics, penicillin especially, because that's the one that people react to so much, and they cannot toy with their life, because look at what happened to Pfizer in the north, Kano State. Pfizer would have closed down because of that, but Nigerian government, they know how to wheedle them. If they see traces of penicillin in Nestle product, you sue them, and all the money that Nestle they have in their life, they will be using it to service your family. That is what it is. And if you go to the US especially, there's a station I used to listen to in the US when I'm there, and they will be recalling batches of egg. They will be recalling it. So batch of egg producing so labeled as well, because every single tablet of egg in the US is labeled, and the date and the batch, and they will be recalling it. That is where standard is really working, and they know how to. Traceability is high. Standard is working. In Nigeria here, I think we attempted that in 2006. Yes, when they tried to do that in 2006, that was when avian influenza came in. I remember we were trying to standardize about 10 farms in Nigeria, among which I know Obasanjo, I know this Aderikoko, then Ajayi, CHI, Zatek, and some notable farms. We wanted to upgrade the farm. I was the PRS of poultry, so I I know what I'm talking about very, very well. And at that time, the area influencer that came scattered everything. The standard organization did not get it right. They were coming to come and harass us. We revolted and we tried to set up our own standard. Chief Obasanjo was in the south then, and we wanted to start standardizing farm and grade them into different grades, A, B, C, D, to sell our hair and take it across border to West African countries. But the area influencers spoiled it, and we have not been able to get to that. But NIAS is standard organization is trying. NAFDAC is trying. So, as to what they have been using, it's what they have been using there that they are using now. And they cannot move an inch from that side. It must be quality egg. It must be egg that is not taken from the farm, that is that cannot withdraw, that cannot observe the withdrawal period of antibiotics, that cannot assure that this is the standard and the grade of my egg. Thank you.
I think we should match the third question and the question by Mr. Adeyola together. The question is that policies are meant to help the farmers or the town. How do we ensure that these policies that are made get to town? Or are there policies we can push to help our farmers?
Okay, that one. Okay. After, but the no, I want to come. Okay, protest.
Thank you. I think you are moderating. If you permit me, I think we can change the way of the discourse in such a way to be a partner. And then each from academic and from industry speak for us, and then from there we begin to ask questions. Two, you permit me that I've been told that I will present the industry, but I have a able person. So I'm going to associate right now. So the way our I would like that the chairman of Lagos State, who does have industry person, who can articulate this speak on behalf of I would also say that our director matter of policy. Yes. The questions asked: how do we carry the town and even the Sacha? How do we carry them along? How do we marry and ensure that our policy gets to the grassroots?
Thank you. As a policy maker, we are dealing with farmers directly and standing between the gap of the government to relate done to the farmers. Presently in the state, we have the extension agents. That is where the extension agent function, because they are the one that will make sure that what the researchers have done, the important one, what the researchers have. Take for example, the Chica brand and the Alpha. I'm aware that some farmers, through what the extension have done in the state, they try to let the farmers know that Alpha is indigent to our environment. But in carrying out that assignment, some farmers will start complaining that, oh, it's not producing, it's not doing this, it's not doing that. But we are able to convince them that the breed is resistant to major diseases that is common to our environment. So, as a policy maker, we play a major role to ensure what the researchers have done in the institution is being related to the farmers.
My director, I disagree with you. You see, the policy, they are the one wrecking the town and the grounds. Let me show you how. This Funabafa, this Shika brand, they do not have any business with those things. And that Funabafa now, since when has Mama Yoka retired? Which year? It's getting to about 10 years now. Mrs. Adebambo. It's over 10 years now. Nothing has been done to upscale that bit. It is almost becoming moribund now. Now government is the one sitting on now. Is federal university. It is not done like that anywhere in the world. But that Mama Yoka has done splendid achievement, powerful achievement. Do you know what it takes to get a breed of chicken? When I was having a shop in Ogun, people will come to my office. Somebody who doesn't know one from X will come and be saying, I'm doing a breed of, they will stand like this. What? And they will just cross F1 and this thing, say they have a breed of this thing. If you are going to get a breed, you can be in the laboratory and your classroom for more than 5 years of calculation before you go and start active selection. And this is what this woman had achieved. And then government is now sitting on it. Now take patent and we have breed. That is not good. That is not good. And in our lifetime, we are making useless a very powerful invention for our country. And you say, policy. What? They should give that woman very good money, handsome money, very powerful money to develop that breed and go to the whole world. Patents and breeding, they are family business. What government should do is to promote that family, give them what it takes, and find a way for them to even market it and bring out, people will even come and buy it. They will buy into it and make the family will just look the other way. That is their own share. And if they still want to keep it, they continue to upscale it with government support. But it is not so in Nigeria. Shika brand, the same thing. It's over 20-something years that they have improved on Shika brand. It's over 20-something years now. Chicken is the most dynamic breed of animal, species of animal in the world. You can even have 2 strains of a breed within 1 year. And it is rapidly, every day, there is improvement of FCR, there is improvement of productivity, there is improvement of everything that you call around the chicken. So we are just here, and see, is the policy that every
academic work and believe I am a repository of knowledge and the research is in my pocket. And when they finish the work, How many academics are ready to open up and release the paper, the research findings that they have? Number one, sir. Number two, the town are there, ready to receive what is coming from academics. What are the academics expecting from the town? And when we are talking about the town now, we are talking about the industry. You have produced Punat Alpha. I was part of those that did the collection of the wild species. Therefore, typical local prisoners, nakedness, and paper. And when you have the whole time, you can because after the war, that was possible. But quality is another thing that we are doing that we must together. But we have essentially or that the policy is that mandate the research to repeat whatever they have done to the ground or even to the policy to bring out. When we talk about patenting is fine. It will be done and we will get it. If the research and the policy work together, then the town will enjoy it. But with this joint, if that disjoint is still there, sir, we cannot get it.
Thank you, sir. Now the industry. Because I have a very strong reply to what he has just said. But I want to allow.
Thank you very much, my brother. You see, on behalf of the industry, I want to speak like a typical farmer now. From time to time, we have various challenges on our farms. And because we have those in the academics, the researchers, their own primary assignment is to carry out researches, which is beneficial as at that time to the industry. Those in the policy also, they are there for those in the industry so that they can formulate policies that is useful, that will take the business and the food security to the next level in favor of course, food production. Now, when you have viable research that is meeting up to the timely need of the industry, I am very optimistic that those in the industry will be ready to sponsor. For instance, everybody knows now that the cost of input is very high, especially feed. If we have viable researches that has gone into finding out the solution to that, companies are shutting down. They are losing millions of dollars because of this. But my question here is that the researches we are carrying out, which I'm not questioning anyway, are they meeting our timely needs now? If those researches are meeting up with our timely needs, then poultry farms should not be shutting down. Fish farms should not be shutting down. So this is the area I want us to look at. Now, there is a gap. During the ASAN conference, one of the stakeholders in policy said that the research being carried out should not end on the table or on the shelf. It should end at the doorstep of those in the industry. I've brought you this solution and hand it over for the guy to begin use of immediately. That is when it makes meaning to us. Though I had my pro, there have been so many challenges even at the end of the research. Funding is key issue. But the little ones that are available, how well have we used it? How well has it been useful to us in this modern day? Because in all honesty, there is a great challenge. Farms are shutting down, businesses are winding up. Unfortunately, it's our primary responsibility as animal scientists. In fact, people should be coming to us to inquire how we are excelling when they are shutting down. Unfortunately, we are finding ourselves also in the same boat. Thank you.
Thank you. That is a very good soothing solution to our. But indeed, even at the conference there in Lagos, you know, we were not able to because of the shortage of time. It came to a time, I was one of the panelists, and I had to stand up to ensure that my very good sister did not shut me down. You know, he was taking everything from me, and so I had to stand up when Ibati Kamila. So I had to stand up. She now allowed me to talk. Now, you see, sincerely, let's be candid. We do not really, we have lost the priority in this country. Because now, how many industries did you see here to come and pick the presentations or issues that are germane to any industry in this place? If you go to a situation like this anywhere abroad, you will see the industries, they will be more than the participants. They want to come and observe the most intelligent presentation that they will buy immediately. Immediately they will buy it. In fact, what will the market you immediately is when you say you are from Nigeria. Yes, it's on, you are already demarketed. But if you say you are from Nigeria, you are working in any institution outside, oh my God, you will see. If we have colleagues abroad, we know how much they seek after them to curry their favor. Because Nigeria know they carry last. Our people they have brain. The man that is sitting next to me, that if you know what he has done in research, what is going to, if his car doesn't have AC, he will return back to Ibadan. Hot, the way he has come. It's not a cost. Now, the work of researcher ends in the laboratory. He carries it to conference. He publishes it in the paper. Now, the issue of egg that we are talking about, cholesterol issue, I have a write-up, more than 3 in Assam website in the last 3 years. Even my students asked them how many of them have read it. Here, Assam member here, how many have logged on to Assam website? I was the general secretary there, so I just wrote it myself, proofread it, asked people to read it for me, and I dropped it there. Baba, this Baba that sat up that was here, if Assam website crashes in 1 minute, you will see him say, restore it back, and we will restore it back. He knew what he was looking for in the subject. They are quality release. Nobody in Nigeria, if you want to hide anything, just put it in write-up. Nobody. Now, another thing is that when they will spoil everything, when they want to spoil all, in Nigeria, it's either you publish or you perish. That money for publication is supposed to come from government. Government is supposed to sponsor you. But now, government no longer. Since when are they not sending grants in your school? Okay? It's no longer, in fact, the new lecturers don't even know anything about sending grants again. It's no longer there. Now, you now take your own money to publish so that you will not perish. And that is for your promotion. Now you now take money to publish It is for your promotion. Now, there are a set of researchers, and they call them extension in abroad. They do not rank you as a professor based on your publication. Those people are extension workers. They are the people that go outside the university. It's non-existent in Nigeria. The university extension workers, they are to carry research from the university. They are paid and they are assessed based on the returns they are able to bring to the different universities. All the foremost universities in the world, they have extension station where they have all the workers, all the disciplines are represented. They will go to the industry and they are rated on the power, how they are able to break whatever. That is non-existent in Nigeria. You still want the person who took out of the money that his wife should take to the market. As we speak, no professor in Nigeria earns up to $500 in a month. Yes. And I know what our other professors are earning outside the country. There are professors that earn over $20,000, $25,000 a month in other clients. And they are not even as intelligent as those you have here. Now, be that as it may, the aspect of extension in the university is crushed. So, then you have some lecturers that have art and they move out of the industry. I think I should qualify as one of them because I came from the industry. So it is not difficult. It has never been difficult for me to, go to the industry. But those things you discover from the industry is meant for your customer. In fact, I will not even disclose the industry I'm working in. But we serve as eye for them, and in most cases, we alert. Very soon there is an industry in this country. They have 14 stations all over Nigeria, and when they do research in every other places, they wait for research that is coming from our studio in UR. They will say Ibadan has not submitted it so, because we are able to alert them and advantage problem for them earlier on. So they don't play with whatever we say. And those things, you still have some other people that will be looking at you that how relationship they want to crush you. They are jealous of you. So those are the issues that all of us to see. It is not the problem of researchers. It is the problem of the system. It is the problem of government. It is still GAM problem. It is still GAM. It is still policy problem. It is still GAM problem. Next of my boss, I'm going to mention it because it's already late. Professor Tewe, today is his birthday. Professor Tewe patented cassava grit in 2005. The patency was handed over to him by General Obasanjo as the head of state and the commander-in-chief. Handed the patency of cassava grit to him. When he got that patency, it solved the entire problem of cassava utilization at that time. And there are some critical technical things he did there. And then, do you know what happened? Nobody. He was not rewarded for anything. For 10 years patency, he was not rewarded. Instead of rewarding him and make him very comfortable, our people, they were busy. The industry want to corner the technicalities so that they can be doing it themselves. and they wasted lots of money. Lots of money. They wasted lots of chicken and resources in the process. Till today, they are not gotten. We in the great secrecy. I have, by the grace of God, I have produced some students with him on PhDs. They also heard of it because instead of, and his colleagues, they were jealous. They were looking, his colleagues, instead of approaching him and allowing him to tell them, and after being rewarded, they did not do that. They wanted to circumvent his system. And for Christ's sake, how can you, if you see Tewe and cassava, say Tewe, say cassava, now he's dead. But thank God, that idea is still on ground. But it can never even be equated with it. Now, instead, if sincerely, on behalf of Tewe family, if they still approach me now, I will tell them the secret of everything. And the money will go to Tewe's children. And I will also benefit from it. But our people, they are never sincere. They want, instead of doing the right thing, they want to circumvent. And there was a policy meeting in Ibadan, Lafayette Hotel, when it was still functioning. 2010, I was there as lecturer 2. I've just paid. I was not invited from UI. And I'm sure was that before that he would be properly rewarded, that I should be rest assured. For that day, I did not gain any research. I was still screened out. They only gave me 5,000 for transport and the bag. the bag, that patient bag and the 5,000. Other people went with research. But it pays off. Because our people need it. The researchers are every day. Thank you. So the next, I think that has been properly settled. The industry should reach out to workshops like this, to come and see those that are talking issues that are germane to the industry. They will tag that and say, "Okay, come and do more of this work for us." That's how it is anywhere in the world. Let's go to other countries. In fact, in some other countries, we have dedicated universities and faculties. Anything that is happening in US, they have it. In Israel, they have it. In Netherlands, they have it. Anything that relates to a particular subject, they have poetry. Atlanta, University of Georgia, is the reference lab. That is where most chicken is produced in the world. Every street, you will see candy, mention named after different chicken breeds. That is, they are taking it as their own life. And that is what they know. They search for it. If you go to Atlanta for a workshop, you will see what I'm talking about. You will see industry there. There is no industry in the world that will not be there. There is no problem in Israel today that has to do with orange. No wonder they have the highest number of Nobel laureates in the world. That's faculty. They have more than 10. Africa has only one since they started Africa. One faculty has over 10. Now, any problem relating to cropping of orange or anything in the world, or even animal nutrition, they will come to University of Jerusalem, Rehoboth campus. First, they will carry it and bring it there to seek for their nutrition. Where in Nigeria do you see that? Even when there's this stem borer that like you our mates the other time. Do you know what they did? They brought me billions of naira and gave it to a particular profession that don't even know next to anything on stem borer. And when indeed the knowledgeable people about that particular subject, they are sitting down. Nothing. And till today, money has gone down. And problem is still there. Thank you. So if there are clarifications sought on that, I'm ready to explain further.
Thank you very much. And the next thing that we're having is just, I can say, an advice to policy. But I want to, the thing says, ASAN should work with government to put the right pole in the right pole. The right peg in the right pole. I want to buttress this. Fortunately, well, I was part of policy. I disengaged just some few months ago. But I was opportune to be where they were talking and we were talking. And what was the subject of their discussion? Our new Ministry of Livestock. And they were saying, well, the thing will soon get to Ogun State. Some of them knew I was part of the livestock. In fact, the two of them knew part of the livestock industry. That when the thing comes, we should use wisdom more. I did not talk. In fact, all they did was just jab us below on what they were planning. So that's why I want to put this in here, that ASAN Ogun and NEAS zonal people should please work so that we will not miss it in the livestock ministry in the state. That the ministry will come up, they will soon request for it. I know I will be part of those that will go and request. I will want to be there. And that they will soon request, but when they bring it, we will do it in such a way that the ministry will be Ministry of Livestock without a standing commissioner, but with a PS supervised by the Commissioner for Agriculture. I said that's a failure already. And if we do that, and they now said, the person talking now said, okay, our department, you know what our department will be. Our department will now be the one that will be in charge. Even if we have a PS, and that PS doesn't need to be professional, but our department will supervise whatever happens in the Ministry of Livestock. So, ASAN to work on that. How do we do it?
Still, you see now, you see wrangling in the policy. When you decide to put the wrong peg in the appropriate hole, that is why you see lawyer. Everybody is a we know, see, by knowledge acquisition, we know who specializes in what everywhere. But it's only in Nigeria that you see quacks. Even here today, you see what has happened. They said he went to lead somebody in particular profession, gave the indication of the voice. Ornithology is a special knowledge. If you are going to have it in poultry science, is in poultry production. And those who assist us in ornithology, they come from psychology, they come from wildlife, and they also come from animal science. There is nowhere you cannot see ornithology in the profession that the person spoke about. So he has gone to meet quacks in that respect. And that should be, we should stop it. The same thing in policy. They should put their house in order. Then you said when they are ready to go there to ask for this. Are you sure people are not already there from the other sister association? I'm coming, sir. Don't say no, sir. The people we are talking about, they are faster than us. They are faster than us. And it is high time we stand up immediately and know where we are and know what we want to do. We are always in animal science. You know what we do. We are always proactive. We are always reacting. We allow issues to emanate and gel. Then we are now reacting to the issues. We are supposed to start problems sometimes and let other people also react. So, sir, with all respect and humility, be sure some other people have not done there too.
I'm sure we are the first to put it forth verbally, because I know we had a meeting where it matters, and I specifically mentioned it to those people there that we are coming back on something. They said, what? Do you have the document? I said, the document is what we're waiting for. The Ministry of Livestock must come, and it must be domiciled in livestock. And it must be handled by livestock. That's why I said the zonal coordinator should please give us the speed and let it work.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hello, the last question. The last question. We didn't take the questions we were the number, we just had 5. So we are not even. What happened to grants in academics? The grants in academics, they are still there, but they are no longer the way it used to be. At least when the time I got to, though I wasn't a researcher at the time I got to the university as an undergraduate, but I still made the carcass of the making everything and the maintenance workshop, maintained, collection of milk and all that. But which even you can't see the carcass now. The grants, both local and international, they are no longer as it used to be. But there has to be way forward. And if you have a student or a child in the university, you see how they ask for go and bring money for projects. It is not the lecturer. Now, even among my students, there is no time I won't have more than 10 students, undergraduate, MSc, MPhil, PhD, they will shall be 10. All I will do is to streamline their work, and all of them, they appoint one treasurer, one financial secretary, and one secretary among them. When I say bring so money, the money goes to a particular hand, and they account for every dime for me. So if I now have grants, I will know money. And I used to have grants. If everything, I will have grants, then they will not contribute. Since 2020 now, there have been problem after COVID. The grant is not even coming in as it used to. It's now streamlined, and they have to pay for more than 1/4 to half of what they will use for research. So that is how it has been. It's also very difficult in the industry too. They are facing a lot of it, but there is nothing that will be in the industry that will prevent the industry from moving forward. Look at the flyer I saw it. I asked Pastor Taiwo. I said, these are the nutritional value. For the nutritional value, we do not know the bioavailability of this. The bioavailability, this thing requires scaling up. And nobody can do it. Researcher can establish that in a week. They didn't even stay to listen to only one listened and got the feedback. But the other one did not. The bioavailability is so critical. You cannot say absolute value of protein is this. And if you ask, the value of that protein is based on proximate analysis, which is not supposed to be a. There are a lot of things like that. The value, all the feed meal that we have in the country what do they use to get their formulation? They still base it on proximate analysis. Very few use matrices garnered or generated from foreign analysis, which cannot stand what we have here. We have different ingredients here. We have different matrix for them. They should be determined through protein digestible values, and we don't even understand what we use. And you are talking of optimum production. So there are lots that industry can gather and benefit from the industry, but they will not. They are from the academy, but they will not do it. They will not do it. They think they are wiser and they are wisest. And I asked my brother here. I said, why is it that chicken in oftentimes when they do husbandry elsewhere, it is not, even they go beyond 2 years sometimes. Chicken production line, they are at their own core. Don't do like, will not do like this, like our own. The number of weeks which they optimize their production, which determines the profitability, is different. An average man in Nigeria will do chicks, will take chicks and do it very well. When it comes to grower, the level of protein reduce, but that is when you should feed the highest level of quality of protein. At that 14%, that is when there should be the highest quality of protein. But our people will not do that. Soon as if you go to their farm, you want to sell any product, you say, if you don't get 90, but tell him to bring the record. He may have obtained 90 one day or 1 week. And then the thing will now start to go down. He doesn't want to investigate why it's not as prominent or has not been able to make it as he ought to. So, and then who wrote it that the chicken productive life should be 1 year? Then when is the threshold of stopping? I think this discourse is something that could be broken down, and then so that we can trash every aspect of what we are talking about. We are cutting ourselves. We are the one cutting ourselves in this part of the world. That is what I am saying. So we can benefit from one another, but not one trying to luga. I think the
Thank you so much. Please let's appreciate our panelists, our elders in the association. They have done justice. If we permit them, we may not leave here because there is still so much to talk about. We really appreciate them for that thorough discussion. And I believe we've all been able to gain 1 or 2 things from this topic that we have discussed. While we were having the symposium, an elder walked in, a fellow in our association, in person of Professor C.O.N. Ikeobi. Please let's appreciate him. He ought to be here before now. He took permission to be away because he had an official assignment. And believe you me, he is just returning from River State University where he was sent to for an official assignment, and he has not even reached home. That is how important Isan is to our elders. He's right here with us to identify himself with the association. Please let's learn from this. Let's learn from this. Thank you so much for coming, Prof. We really appreciate you. God will continue to strengthen you. Right now, we like to take just one goodwill message, and that is from the Lagos branch. Yes, the Lagos branch, and the chairman is Isan Lagos branch is here in person of Mr. Akinwumi Sokensi. Please let's appreciate him.
Great Arsenal. The members of the high table, please permit me to stand on the existing protocol. I bring us greetings from Lagos State, Asan. It's been wonderful being here today. I also congratulate the Ogun Hassan members for this great achievement. It's been a wonderful time of deliberation. I want to believe that we have been able to gain a lot of things here today. Please, I want to make a special request, please. The conclusion, the deliberations that were made here, I believe it has been documented, so that we can follow it, so that it won't be a waste of time. I thank you. I thank you for the host, for hosting us. I thank you, Prof. God bless you, sir. Please, because we are from all the way from Lagos, we have to return. Please permit me to take my leave. God bless you.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate you for coming. Right now, we'll take the closing prayer for this session. Then we'll gather at 3 p.m. for our AGM. All animal scientists are supposed to wait for our AGM. Please, we'll gather here for our AGM by 3 p.m. 3 p.m. is 3 p.m. Please. I would like to call on Mrs. Ibigami to give us closing prayer for this session.
Thank you, Jesus. Shall we pray? Our Heavenly Father, we want to thank you for the success of today's program, the keynote address, the opening of this place. Even we want to give you praise for the victory at the match yesterday. We want to thank you. We thank you for everything that we have heard today. We thank you for everything that we have learned. We thank you, Lord, because you're going to give us the grace to put everything into practice in the name of Jesus. We pray for Asan. Ogun State that will continue to march forward in the name of Jesus. We pray for the EXCOs that, Lord, you will grant them the grace, the strength to do all that they are supposed to do, even to take Asan, Ogun State, to the next level in the name of Jesus. We take a minute to pray for our country, Nigeria, that everything concerning our leaders, that, Lord, you will give them the wisdom and the strength, even to make policies that will favor us, that all those things that we're talking about will not just be a waste in the name of Jesus. We thank you, God, because even the remaining activities of today, you will take absolute control. And as we go back homes, you will see us safely to our destinations in the name of Jesus. And by the time we gather next year for the next ASAN week, it will be a huge success. We'll all come together in peace in the name of Jesus. In Jesus' mighty name we are praying.
Amen. Please let's say a big amen to that. Right now we'll just stretch our legs and wait till 3 before we regather for the AGM. Please don't go. All animal scientists are expected to be at the AGM. Thank you.
TrendingBoots.com.
Which kind of way I never see. I carry go to a piano. The need is original no be parody. You know we play for your memory. Whether now winter or summer. You